The Skinner family has been representing West Virginians for more than 50 years.
We've changed the name of our firm to Skinner Accident and Injury Lawyers because we want to be clear about what we do. We represent people who have been in car, truck, and other catastrophic accidents.
We're here to be a voice for the injured and vulnerable, and we take that job seriously with deep commitment to serving our clients wherever they are.
Just Google Skinner Accident Lawyer or visit skinnerwins.com. We'll treat you like family.
I'm J.B. McCuskey, candidate for Attorney General. I've been a Mountaineer my whole life, and we know Mountaineers are always free. But that freedom is under attack. Woke activists want to defund our police, strip away our rights, and destroy our way of life. As West Virginia's Attorney General, I won't let that happen. I'll back the blue, defend the Second Amendment, and protect our right to frack, mine, farm, and timber. I'm J.B. McCuskey. As Attorney General, I'll fight for West Virginia. I'll hold politicians accountable, end federal overreach, and crush the woke mob. I'm J.B. McCuskey. Woke activists mistreat and look down on us, but as your Attorney General, I'll fight for West Virginia values and keep the Mountain State free.
Paid for by J.B. McCuskey for West Virginia Attorney General, P.O. Box 11359, Charleston, West Virginia 25361.
Tom Willis is the only Senate candidate in District 15 with a conservative plan to put America first. He's committed to securing our borders, defending our constitutional rights, and cutting taxes while eliminating wasteful spending. Tom Willis will be a strong leader who will stand against woke policies in West Virginia. It's time to support a candidate who stands with President Trump to keep America on the right track. Vote for Tom Willis on Tuesday, May 14th, and let's keep America first. Paid for by Stand For Us PAC, not authorized by any candidate or candidates committee. StandForUs.com.
The following is a special sports broadcast presentation of Talk Radio WRNR Martinsburg.
Play ball!
It's time for the fun and excitement of West Virginia high school baseball. Today's game is being brought to you by
Parsons Ford, Rocks, the Heffley Motor Company, the Wagner Law Firm, Farmers and Mechanics Insurance Companies, the Mirius Group of Ameriprise Financial Advisors, the Skinner Law Firm, the Browns Funeral Home and Cremations, Robert Fields and Sons, Orsini's, Carter Myers Automotive, Century 21 Modern Realty Results, the Palace Lounge, Cody's Auto Body, WVU Medicine, Berkeley and Jefferson Medical Centers, Hagerstown Ford, the Berkeley County Health Department, Smallwood and Small Insurance, Mother Shuckers, L.A. Roberts Jewelers, the Dutch Miller Auto Group, and the Mansion Freddie Law Firm.
And now for the pregame show. Let's go out to the field and join our Talk Radio WRNR broadcast team.
Good evening from P.O. Faulkner Park. It's time for the Class AAA Region 2 Section 1 championship game between the Hedgesville Eagles and the Martinsburg Bulldogs. Colin McLaughlin here for Talk Radio WRNR, TV 10, WRNR TV on YouTube. Alongside me on the call is Trip Tobin, the manager of the Berkeley Post 14 Hornets. Our on-site producers, John Alderton, cameraman's Nick Verzolini, and back at the studio, it's Dylan Bishop. Our pregame show is brought to you by Skinner Accident and Injury Lawyers, representing accident and injury claims for over 50 years. Go to SkinnerWins.com. Trip, a few nights ago, these two teams met here at P.O. Faulkner for the first time. They get to meet again for a second time here in sectionals.
Yeah, I mean, these two teams, they match up really well. Hedgesville is one of the teams around the state and pretty much on the East Coast that's matched up well with Martinsburg throughout this year. They've kept Martinsburg from scoring a lot of runs. They played some clean baseball games here, and they're going to have to do that again tonight against Martinsburg, who has their ace on the mound. The disadvantage that Hedgesville has here, of course, is getting deeper into their pitching staff, but they still have plenty there. They got Mason Elliott, who's been a staple in this lineup, so much like Martinsburg, they're deep, and but they've played 3 games. Martinsburg's played 2, so that's kind of the difference there in the pitching staff. But I look for an exciting game. Some rain out there might play a little havoc on Martinsburg's ability to run the bases maybe a little bit, but Maybe may cause a little problem for the pitchers, but Carson Boober's a guy. I talked to him a little bit. He said he wanted a baseball. He's a little bit of a minimum rest. So he's a senior, and he's a bulldog on his shirt, but he's a bulldog mentally too. So it's going to be a great game, and a lot of people have been looking forward to this all week long, thinking that this could possibly be the matchup. But Hedgesville has expended a lot of energy in 3 nights and some really close, dramatic games and stressful innings. So they're going to need to continue to do that here, as Martinsburg will look to to get on them early, and they're just going to have to do what they did the time that they beat them and the 2 times that they played them close, and that's just get some timely hitting and play really good, clean baseball.
It's the defending Section 1 and Region 2 champion in Hedgesville taking on the current number 1 seed in the section and region and the number 1 team in the state in Martinsburg. If Martinsburg wins this game, they will be crowned Section 1 champions, advance to the Region 2 championship against either Washington or Jefferson. Their game got postponed to tomorrow, as that's our EPAC baseball roundup brought to you by Rocks Local Markets with convenient locations around the eastern Panhandle. Fast, fresh, friendly Rocks. If Hedgesville is to win tonight's game, we will have a game tomorrow here at P.O. Faulkner. Not sure what time that would be, but and again, we don't even know if that game's going to happen. So first we got to concentrate on what's in front of us here in about 10 or 15 minutes. But for now, we'll step aside, take our first 2-minute break, and on the other side of that break, we'll get into our coaches' interviews. This is West Virginia High School Playoff Baseball on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10.
West Virginia, you have an opportunity to elect the most pro-gun governor in the nation. Patrick Morrissey is a tried and true proponent of our right to keep and bear arms. During his time as Attorney General, Patrick Morrissey has expanded concealed carry reciprocity agreements with other states. He also led a coalition of states and their lawsuit against the ATF's unconstitutional pistol brace rule. Patrick Morrissey even took the Obama administration to the Supreme Court over their attacks on gun owners and the Second Amendment. That's why Gun Owners of America is proud to endorse 2A defender Patrick Morrissey for West Virginia governor. Get out and vote to protect the 2A. Vote Patrick Morrissey for governor. Gun Owners of America paid for and is responsible for the contents of this message.
I served 40 years protecting America, and I deployed from the Middle East to Africa. I never thought I'd see our own homeland invaded. Joe Biden opened our borders to Mexican cartels, Chinese fentanyl, and illegals from all over. We're supposed to be a superpower, and we can't stop an invasion on our own soil? Send a war fighter to Congress. I'll stand with President Trump to finish this wall and take our country back. I'm Chris Walker, and I approve this message.
Welcome to CMA's Honda of Winchester, where you can drive an award-winning lineup of new and certified pre-owned Hondas, Accords, Civics, CRVs, HRVs, and more at CMA's Honda of Winchester. Owners just care more. Welcome to CMA's Honda of Winchester, where you can drive an award-winning lineup of new and certified pre-owned Hondas, Accords, Civics, CRVs, HRVs, and more at CMA's Honda of Winchester. Owners just care more.
We welcome you back here on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10 to the Skinner Law pregame show for the AAA Region 2 Section 1 Baseball Championship between Hedgesville and Martinsburg. It's now time for the coaches' interviews brought to you by Parsons Ford at 1400 Shepherdstown Road and online at parsonsford.com. They became number 1 by making you number 1. First, Parsons.
Now joined by the head coach of the Martinsburg Bulldogs, Aaron Byler. Coach Byler, your team has the advantage, only needs to win 1 with 2 games of possibility. Just talk about, I guess, the comfort but also the concentration in this position.
Yeah, I think all year long our kids have been focused on our goals, and win the section is obviously one of our goals, and I think their focus remains the same, and I don't think they're too worried about who's on the other side or how many games we have to do it. I think they're just focused on their goal.
You guys get to take on Hedgesville once again in the tournament. Just talk about the excitement of getting the possibility to dethrone the region champions.
we don't look at it that way. We look at, worrying about us and everybody doing our job for our team, and our goal, like I just said, is to win the sectional championship, and they just happen to be in the other dugout tonight. We're going to go about our business the same way we have all year long, and every guy has a role in this team. As long as they do their role and worry about going 1-0 tonight, hopefully good things will happen.
You guys get to put a senior on the mound in Carson Buber. Just talk about your expectation for him in this big moment yet again.
I think if you could draw it up, you'd draw it up with Carson Buber on the mound. So, fortunately for us, we're able to have him on the mound. He's a senior that's, been the guy for us for multiple years, and he's earned this opportunity, and we expect him to go out and throw the baseball really well tonight.
If you could pick one thing out of the many things that it'll come down to come out on top tonight, what would that one thing be?
I think the game of baseball always comes down to free bases and throwing strikes. So the team that throws more strikes and the team that gives up less free bases, I think, will win the baseball game tonight.
All right, Coach, anything else?
Thanks, Colin.
Thank you. Best of luck. I'm now joined by Scott Budka, the Hedgesville Eagles coach. Your team back in action tonight after getting a win over Musselman on the road yet again yesterday. Just talk us through that game and the win for you guys.
Well, I think we did a pretty good job last night of producing runs, which we hadn't in the past. When we got runners in scoring position, we moved them up and we scored. I think it was a little bit of an emotional night for us, third night in a row, but I think we're ready to go tonight.
And as sarcastically as it can possibly say, it's a great day for baseball today as the rain continues to blow in here into your dugout while we're doing this. Just talk a little bit about how the wet atmosphere will play a factor and how to make sure that your team's mentally able to just get over that and still focus on the task at hand, getting a win.
Well, I think we're completely focused on getting the win tonight. I mean, it's go win or go home time, right? So they're focused. I'm a little worried about the weather and the field conditions. Obviously we don't play on turf, and so I'm not sure how it's going to react to the water and being wet. But we'll be focused and we'll be good to go.
You guys get to take on Martinsburg yet again, this time in the tournament. Just talk about what it'll take for you guys to get win number one first and foremost.
I think we just got to play our game, and we got to pitch well, and I think we'll do that tonight. And we've got to take our opportunities are there. We got to take advantage of them, and we have to score. And we need to score early tonight.
Who do you guys have starting today, and why?
So we got Mason Elliott going tonight. He's one of our leaders, one of our best pitchers, and I think he's going to show him tonight.
All right, Coach, anything else?
Nope. Hope it dries up.
I hope so as well. Best of luck tonight.
Thank you.
That was our coaches' interviews brought to you by Parsons Ford of Martinsburg. They became number one by making you number one first. Parsons as the two teams' head coaches meeting with tonight's four-man umpire crew at home plate exchanging lineups. Trip, you're better with the umpires' faces than I am. Who do you see down there for tonight's game?
Don Tapley's behind the plate. Matthew Heidel is at first. Dave Boyd again at second tonight. And Keith Allison will take third base tonight as Coach Byler and Coach Budka meet here at the meeting of the minds here before the game. So light sprinkle. Looks like the weather's going to clear out here shortly. We're starting to see a little break back there. Hopefully we'll get nice clear weather. I know the ground's going to be wet, but I think the precipitation coming from the sky is going to clear up here for us, and we're going to have a pretty good game.
Well, there you go. Other than it's 54 degrees, I'll add that in. But thank you, Trimp. That's our weather brought to you by CMA's Martinsburg and Winchester dealerships. Proud to be the owners who just care more.
Well, I got to do the weather. Well, we got a 4-mile-an-hour east-southeast wind too. As the orange flag back there tells us, when it rolls twice like that, that's under 5, but more than 3 miles per hour. So, right around 4.
This says 7.
Well, that's wrong.
Well, I'll take your word. I mean, if it's the Price is Right, you're still pretty close to being the potential winner, unless somebody one-ups you. But we'll move on now and get into tonight's starting lineups brought to you by Trips Flooring. Not sure where to go or who to trust with your flooring needs. Call Trips Flooring at 304-229-7009 or online at tripsfloorsanding.com. We'll start off with the visitors. Hedgesville leading off for Hedgesville, the shortstop, number 17, Noah Brown. Batting second and playing in center field, number 6, Landon Pence. batting third, and in right field, number 5, Ian Wolf batting cleanup. Number 24, tonight's designated hitter for Hedgesville, Connor Quinn batting 5th at second base. Number 2, Evan Williams batting 6th in left field. Number 12, Cash Dunham batting 7th at first base. Number 15, Mason Carter batting 8th and doing the catching. Number 14, Trenton Canario batting 9th at third base. Number 8 for Hedgesville, Austin Manor. And on the mound for the Eagles is number 7, Mason Elliott. It's the starting 9 for Hedgesville, who are 18 and 14 overall, wearing the gray hats with the gold H on the front, the blue belt, gray uniforms with the blue numbers on the back outlined in gold, and the all-blue pants. Now for the home side, the Martinsburg Bulldogs starting lineup. Leading off in center field, number 25, Isaac Grove, batting second and pitching. Number 5, Carson Buber, batting third. At shortstop, number 24, Braden Oviedo, batting 4th. In right field, number 7, Christian Alter, batting 5th. At third base, number 8, Ben Reisenweber, batting 6th. The designated hitter, number 3, Owen Rubenthal, he'll be DHing for left fielder. Number 6, Logan Wilt, batting 7th. The catcher, number 20, Braden Edwards, batting 8th. At first base, number 27, Jameer Brown, and batting 9th for Martinsburg, at second base, number 2, Keegan Everhart. The Bulldogs are 29 and 2 on the season, and tonight wear the all-black uniforms, the all-black hats with the Block M logo on the front, outlined in white. Black uniforms with the dogs written on the front, outlined in white and orange, and the all-black pants for Martinsburg as well. We'll step aside and take a 3-minute commercial break. Make it a 3-minute commercial break. Back to the studio, Dylan. On the other side of that break, it'll be time for first pitch of the AAA Region 2 Section 1 Championship between Hedgesville and Martinsburg. This is West Virginia High School Baseball Talk Radio, WRNR and TV10. We're back again in 3 minutes.
Conservative Patrick Morrissey had to work his way up, the son of a U.S. steelworker and a VA nurse. Now the liberal swamp attacks him because he fights for us. Chris Miller and More Capito are spending millions lying about Morrissey's conservative record. Did you know they are third-generation politicians? Who do you think they will fight for? Morrissey has defeated radical transgender policies, and he's fighting to keep men out of women's sports. Take it from female swimmer Riley Gaines.
This is an attorney general who has been on the forefront of not just protecting women's sports, but really protecting women, protecting parental rights, the safeguarding of children. So thank you to Attorney General Morrissey for his dedication and perseverance.
The swamp attacks Morrissey because he protects our kids. Morrissey's endorsed by conservative groups, West Virginians for Life, the NRA, the West Virginia Coal Association, the Farm Bureau, and West Virginia Sheriffs. Don't believe the swamp's lies. Morrissey's our proven conservative. Fighter, winner.
Paid for by Morrissey 2024.
I served 40 years protecting America, and I deployed from the Middle East to Africa. I never thought I'd see our own homeland invaded. Joe Biden opened our borders to Mexican cartels, Chinese fentanyl, and illegals from all over. We're supposed to be a superpower, and we can't stop an invasion on our own soil? Send a war fighter to Congress. I'll stand with President Trump to finish this wall and take our country back. I'm Chris Walker, and I approve this message.
Tom Willis is the only Senate candidate in District 15 with a conservative plan to put America first. He's committed to securing our borders, defending our constitutional rights, and cutting taxes while eliminating wasteful spending. Tom Willis will be a strong leader who will stand against woke policies in West Virginia. It's time to support a candidate who stands with President Trump to keep America on the right track. Vote for Tom Willis on Tuesday, May 14th, and let's keep America first. Paid for by Stand For Us PAC, not authorized by any candidate or candidates committee. StandForUs.com.
Are you at risk for a heart attack or stroke? WVU Medicine would like to remind you it's important to recognize the signs and symptoms so you can seek medical attention fast. The acronym FAST stands for F, face drooping, A, arm weakness, S, speech difficulty, and T, time to call 911. If you are having a stroke, get medical attention right away. Immediate treatment may decrease the risk of disability and prevent death. This important message is brought to you by WVU Medicine.
We don't have the biggest cities, the tallest skyscrapers, or the best boarding schools. We've got the best people and a way of life that's almost heaven. Faith in God, respect for the sanctity of life, pride in America. We're not a racist country. We're the greatest country. In big cities full of snobs who mock West Virginia, those values are almost extinct. But this is almost heaven. I'm Chris Miller, and I'll keep it that way as governor.
We welcome you back here to P.O. Faulkner Park for the AAA Region 2 Section 1 championship between Hedgesville and Martinsburg here in the Mountain State for baseball action. Let's get our starting battery brought to you by Cody's Auto Body at 851 Wilson Street, Martinsburg. Call 304-901-4777 or visit their Facebook page. On the mound and doing the pitching for Martinsburg, the senior, number 5, Carson Buber, and behind the plate, number 20, the sophomore in Braden Edwards. Let's get Buber's numbers so far this year. He's pitched in 51 2/3 innings, which equates to 10 games, all of them being starts. He's 9-0 on the season, as this is the 10th game that he's been in. 28 hits, 16 runs, 12 of them earned, 16 walks, 60 strikeouts to lead the team with an ERA of 1.626. So he's the one that you want to have the baseball in the hand of if you're trying to clinch a section championship, which is exactly what Martinsburg's doing tonight, Tripp.
Yeah, I mean, he couldn't have, like you said, couldn't have written it up any better as he got out of the Spring Mills game earlier this week with minimal pitches. Made him available for today, and Martinsburg's going to try to go ahead, and he wants the baseball. He's going to try to wrap this thing up tonight as opposed to maybe throw an Alter or Jameer or Raz and whatever, Ovi, one of those guys, Rupenthal, and saving him for a possible rubber game. But he's going to go tonight, and we're going to see if he can remain unbeaten here as he's going to face a very pesky Hedgesville Eagles team.
Top of the first is brought to you by Brown Funeral Home and Cremations. Robert Fields & Sons, proudly serving our area since 1880, is the first pitch from Buber up and into the leadoff batter, Hedgesville, Noah Brown, for ball one. His first pitch is brought to you by the Marius Group and Ameriprise Financial Advisors, John Everson and Phil McCoy. Stop by 1270 Winchester Avenue in Martinsburg and call them at 304-263-4343. Next pitch from Buber, again inside. It's a 2-0 count to Brown. First pitch coming right at 7 o'clock, I believe. 2-0. It's grounded hard down the third baseline into the glove of the third baseman, Ben Reisenweber. His throw across the diamond beats Brown to first base for out number one as it's caught by Jameer Brown.
Yeah, throw to contact. Try not to chase too many strikeouts. Got down 2-0. Didn't want to get to, 3-0 and just, give him something to hit there. Buber does a nice job of keeping the ball down so he doesn't get hit hard a lot, even in those hitters' counts. So, good start there. Martinsburg getting those all blacks tonight with the orange outline numbers and letters.
Yep. As now up to bat for Hedgesville is the center fielder, Landon Pence. First pitch from Buber. Just misses for ball one.
Buber's going to have to keep the ball down. Twice he's missed up now a couple times. He's found his release point there, stretch out there, and keep the ball down.
1-0. This time too low for ball two, and in the win against Spring Mills in the first round of this playoff, it was Carson Buber starting for Martinsburg, and he still had a fantastic outing. However, the first few batters he did throw a few balls to with the first few pitches, as the next one inside for ball three, so it's a 3-0 count to Pence. So kind of just struggling to find the strike zone.
Yeah, just missing out there. So Pence doing a good job making him throw strikes, not get, Hedgesville's aggressive, but they will make you throw it across the plate.
3-0. Drills the shoulder blade of Pence as he steps out of the box. Kind of slowly make his way over to first. A base runner on early for Hedgesville.
Yeah, that was Carson's first uncompetitive pitch there, as it wasn't even close, as it come up and got Pence pretty good on that shoulder blade as it got him right in the back there. And so he's a little beat there a little bit. It stung. He wore it pretty well, and he's still kind of fighting it off a little bit as Matthew Heidel on first base has a timeout as Pence carries, collects himself there, and we're going to see Ian Wolf here. Man on first, one out.
Yep, they gave the thumbs up, which is the green light to have the first pitch to Ian Wolf from Carson Buber. That is strike one. Buber catches the outside part of the plate. Wolf let it go by after the walk to Pence, or hit by pitch, excuse me, to Pence. Buber sets, the 0-1 runner goes, and it's in the turf off the glove of Edwards to the backstop, so Pence easily takes second base on the wild pitch, and looks like that one ruled a ball to Wolf. Did just manage to hold the bat back. It was close on the check swing.
Yeah, he checked it, curveball. Got into the left-hander's batter's box, got down.
So the 1-1, called strike two to Wolf.
Wolf's been one of the hottest hitters on this team, especially here in the postseason, and really a lot when we're around. He seems to really light it up. So he's got an opportunity here to give his team a 1-0 lead with a base hit.
One out runner on second. Here's the 1-2 pitch, and it's grounded foul to the left behind the right-sided batter's box from Wolf to keep the count at 1-2 strikes.
Hedgesville wearing the blues tonight pants with the gray shirts there. Don't get to see the blue pants too often. Washington wears blue. Hedgesville's got those blue pants.
Wolf steps back in the box. The pitch from Buber is through the wickets of Edwards and again to the backstop, and that'll allow Pence to advance to third base.
Yeah, 3 free bases already this inning with the hit by pitch, the pass ball, and the wild pitch. So right now Buber and Edwards are a little not on target here, not hooked up. So now it can make it easy as Wolf just needs to get the ball in play for the most part, as Martinsburg is keeping the infield back, not playing for the cut off the run.
And the 2-2's grounded to Reisnorber at third. The third of the plate. Tag. And he
Ball
lost
got
the
away.
ball. Runner and Pence is safe at home as Edwards lost the ball when he was trying to apply the tag. Wolf is safe at first. And in the top of the first, it's Hedgesville 1, Martinsburg 0.
Yeah, just the right play by Reisenweber. Just the ball got to, Edwards made the catch when he applied the tag. It was a head first slide by Pence, so it wasn't like he was trying to get the ball, knock the ball out. He just lost it as Pence went by. The ball come loose. So Martinsburg right now with free bases all across as Pence scores on 4 free bases as he gets a hit by pitch. Pass ball, wild hit by pitch to first. Wild pitched him to second. Pass ball to third, and now an error. It's going to allow him to score here as Wolf is on first now with 1 out with the fielder's choice, bringing Colin Quinn in.
Connor Quinn up to bat with the 1-0 lead for Hedgesville. Quinn steps in on the right-handed side. One glove on his left hand. His right hand, no batting glove. Pitch from Buber. Grounded foul over into the Martinsburg dugout for strike one. Don't see that too often, only one glove.
No, you generally wear them both, but he's got the bottom glove on, top glove off,
He's got the Under Armour on as well to rather chilly night with the rain and slight wind. Pick-off attempts, not in time. Safe is Wolf.
Put my finger out here and still 54 degrees.
Buber sets, looks over at the runner at first, and Wolf, who takes his lead. 1 out, top of the first. The 0-1 pitch misses outside to Quinn. The count now 1-1. Wind continues to blow. The rain kind of continues to come down just slightly as well. The 1-1. Called strike 2 to Quinn as he lets it go by.
Yeah, the flag out there is blowing a little bit. We're not seeing a tremendous amount of, wind here, but definitely the conditions are damp.
And it's the it's only the orange flag. That's what I was trying to say. That's blowing 1-2 grounded foul again over towards the Martinsburg dugout. You see the black flag, which is in right center field, right next to the Trips floor sanding logo on the outfield wall. Not really doing anything. And then the American flag to the left of the scoreboard in the left field power alley remaining still as well. 1-2, softly grounded. Again, foul down the third baseline as Quinn continues to battle.
Yeah, it must be a little jet stream out there in left center that's causing that wind to blow a little bit around the champion wall out there. Got this game started on time. Many people thought that it might get rained out and or, delayed, but, the rain seems to be dissipating here right at start time, so.
And 1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 out. To the cleanup hitter for Hedgesville, Quinn. And it's a grounder to the shortstop, Oviedo. He's going to toss it to second baseman Everhart for 1. And that's all they'll get. No throw over to first. It's out number 2 on the 6-4 fielder's choice. So that'll bring up Evan Williams with a runner on first. And 2 out. And a 1-0 top of the first as Hedgesville already brought in Pence earlier this inning.
Two outs here as Williams has moved himself, who was a late entrance last night, has now had 2 hit night, has now found himself in the 5 spot in second base as Cash Dunham, who's back in the lineup, who's feeling a little sick last night, is now in left field tonight.
1-0 over the head of Williams and straight to the backstop as Quinn jogs his way to second. Uber's struggles continue out there on the mound, which is something that you do not normally see from the senior.
Yeah, you got to wonder if it's, the conditions are making the ball wet, or if he's just not finding it at the moment, still looking for the strike zone.
2-0. Eye for ball 3, that on top of the fact that he did throw 73 pitches, I believe, was the final total for him on Monday.
You got just under 75, right?
So this one, a 4-pitch walk to Williams. He'll jog down to the first base line, bringing up Dunham for Hedgesville. It's still 2 outs. Runners on first and second now for the Eagles.
Yep. Dunham, you got to watch. He was speedy, bunch for base hits. He, he got an infield, a couple hits the other night here at Martinsburg, a bunt and a little blue base hit. Uses his speed to get some singles. So.
First pitch, called to strike 1 from Buber against Dunham.
Buber hit the outer half there. I think it crossed up, might have crossed up Edwards a little bit as he.
0-1, fouled off, out of play, way to the right side for strike 2. As Dunham steps out of the box, dries off his hands and his bat, steps back in. Hoover sets on the rubber. No balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. The wind-up kick and pitch. Grounded right back up to Buber on the mound. He's going to step off, throw over to first, and that'll end the top of the first. Hedgesville, no hits. They still score 1 run, leave 2 stranded at the end of the top of the first. It's Hedgesville 1, Martinsburg nothing. We're headed to the bottom of the first on the other side of this 1-minute break. This is West Virginia High School Baseball on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10.
Alex Mooney is from Maryland, and he votes like it. In Congress, Marilyn Mooney voted against giving our troops a pay raise, and he opposed providing wounded veterans with better health care. It gets worse. Marilyn Mooney wanted to give illegal immigrants driver's licenses and taxpayer-funded college tuition discounts. And he voted against Trump's wall, stiffing veterans to give taxpayer benefits to illegal immigrants. Marilyn Mooney doesn't share our West Virginia values. Big Jim Justice is the best governor West Virginia's ever had. Big Jim is a strong conservative on protecting life and defending our Second Amendment. And he delivered the biggest tax cuts in West Virginia history. Endorsed by President Trump, Jim Justice will fight to finish the wall and secure our border. Big Jim is one of us, and he fights for us.
I'm Jim Justice, and I approve this message.
Paid for by Jim Justice for U.S. Senate.
P.O. Faulkner Park, it is 1-0 Hedgesville. Lead Martinsburg. As we head to the bottom of the first, brought to you by Orsini's Home Store, not just an appliance store any longer. Visit them at 360 Hack Wilson Way in Martinsburg or online at orsinis.com. Doing the pitching for Hedgesville, number 7, Mason Elliott. Catching, number 14, Trenton Canary. I'm seeing the lineup of Martinsburg for the first time this evening. It'll be Grove, Buber, Oviedo, the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, Alter, Reisenweber, Rupenthal, and 7, 8, 9, Edwards, Brown, Everhart. Final warm-up pitch for Elliott has concluded, and up to bat for Martinsburg is Isaac Grove.
Leading off for the Bulldogs, center fielder, number 25.
Colin McLaughlin here for Talk Radio WRNR and TV10. Alongside me is Trip Tobin, our on-site producers, John Alderton, cameraman is Nick Verzolini. Back at the studio is Dylan Bishop. Grove steps into the box, and here we go with the first pitch in the bottom of the first. Elliott sets. Pitch called strike one to begin the bottom of the first.
Buber threw 26 pitches, 13 for strikes that inning. Uncharacteristically, Martinsburg give up 5 free bases, 2 wild pitches, 1 hit by pitch, 1 error, and 1 pass the ball.
Grove grounds it to the shortstop. Noah Brown. His throw to first pulls Mason Carter off the bag. Grove reaches first safely to lead things off in the bottom of the first. So an error to start things off defensively for Hedgesville.
Number 5, Carson Boomer.
Yep, he come up quick. He knew that. Az didn't hit it real hard, so Brown had to come up quick through, kind of short armed it there, and it got wide. It got a lot of length over there, and Mason Carter, the lefty, who just couldn't stay on the bag there as it was just too wide. So Boober up the bat.
First pitch to Boober. He'll pop up over the first base stands / dugout. Out of play for strike one. New ball given to Mason Elliott out on the mound. Elliott sets. 0-1 runner goes. It's a breaking ball. The throw to second, not in time as Grove in safely, kind of during the slide collided with the shortstop Noah Brown, and that's going to pause action here. So we check to see if Grove is okay.
Yeah, he went in head first, banged his head into Noah Brown's shins. Maybe got a little neck stinger there, if anything. That might have stopped him from going on by. So stolen base there for Grove. He seems no worse for the wear. He got dinged a little bit. But
quick check is okay. They kind of wave hello at each other, making sure that Grove and Brown are both okay. So 1 ball, 1 strike, Carson Boober. And here we go, back to resume action in the bottom of the first. Elliott sets, checks at the runner behind him. The 1-1 pitch, up and in for ball 2.
Left fielder Castona playing in a bit for the power that Carson Boober has. He wanting a base hit that might get through the 5-6 hole. He wants an opportunity to throw Grove out the plate, but it could burn him if it gets over his head.
2-1 misses outside for ball 3, and we did see last night in Hedgesville's win, not 1 but 2 Musselman-Appleman base runners thrown out at home.
Mm-hmm. There are some arms out there, especially Pence in center field.
3-1, fouled off. It's the press box in front of us. The count now full at 3-2.
So Hedgesville, much like Martinsburg, giving up the free bases early as you got the error and the stolen base. So right now you got 5 free bases. Martinsburg give up in the first inning already with nobody out and the man on second. Hedgesville's giving up 2. So both teams need to settle down. They've uncharacteristic here as they both played each other very clean the last 2 times.
Payoff pitch, swung on and missed on a fastball up and slightly in for out number 1 as Elliott is able to sit down Boober. Tough pitch to lay off.
Yeah, the ball that comes up and runs in a little bit. I'm not sure that's where Elliott exactly wanted it, but that's where it ended up, and got Buber to chase. So 1 out here on the strikeout.
That'll bring up Braden Oviedo. The pitch fouled off by Oviedo. Strike 1.
Umpires and both teams trying to keep these balls dry.
Fans trying to stay dry as well. See tents, umbrellas galore to our left and right. Ponchos as well. Elliott steps off the mound on the backside to put Grove back on. And he's the lone runner for Martinsburg at second. 1 out. Hedgesville leads 1-0 in the bottom of the first. The pitch from Elliott slips out of his hand and almost sailed, but Trenton Canerium, the catcher, able to jump up and snag that one. 1-1 count to Oviedo. Elliott sets. 1-1 to Ovi. Misses for ball 2.
That big pitch there was the one that ran in. A similar pitch that got Buber there. As Elliott has a kind of high fastball running in.
Oviedo's ready. And another attempt. Elliott steps off the backside of the mound but does not throw to second. And 2 balls, 1 strike. The pitch. Up and in for ball 3 again to Oviedo.
Coming into the game, Elliott's 26 innings pitched. He's one win, 1 loss, 4.6 ERA with the looks like 15 walks and 29 strikeouts.
3-1. Pop up high down the first baseline. Ian Wolf in foul territory, unable to get there. It's strike 2.
He took a long run for it. I thought when it went up he had a shot at it, but it got up near that end of that bullpen area, and he came up on that elevated platform out there as he came up and back down it, but wasn't able to track it down.
New ball swapped in after the foul ball. 1 out, bottom of the first. Hedgesville 1, Martinsburg 0. 3 balls, 2 strikes to Martinsburg's Braden Oviedo. Mason Elliott for Hedgesville sets. 3-2 pitch. Another foul ball by Oviedo to stay alive, as this time it goes out of play over the press box. Here we go. Resetting everything. Payoff pitch. Called strike 3. Oviedo goes down looking. It's back-to-back strikeouts by Mason Elliott. Now Christian Alter will step up to the plate for Martinsburg.
Right fielder, number 7, Christian Alter.
Pitch there is the top of the strike zone, but what did cut the plate, but it looked, if anything, Ovi might have thought it was up a little, but, Martinsburg now needing a 2-out hit to get this game tied up.
Big swing and a miss from Alter for strike 1, and we know Martinsburg does love to score with 2 outs.
Alter gathering these thoughts there, walking around, not quite thinking maybe, how did I miss that? Like he was dead red on it, and ball, a little movement there, got away from him and swung through it.
Alter, the one that walked it off in the bottom of the 9th for Martinsburg in the 3-2 win against Hedgesville a few nights ago, as the pitch from Elliott called strike 2. So Alter now behind, no balls, 2 strikes in the count. Here in the bottom of the first with the runner and Grove on second.
Canarium sitting up way outside.
And he hits the location, but it's a ball. So 1 ball, 2 strikes. Martinsburg also noting in that win against Hedgesville a few nights ago did strand 9 runners on base.
Yeah. Elliott did a nice job of hitting the glove, but Canarium was set up way off the plate.
The 1-2 just off the end of the bat of Alter down the first baseline, and right at the last second it goes foul, which bullet dodged for Alter. Otherwise it would have been an easy out, number 3.
Alter seems to be stepping in the bucket a little bit here at this at bat. You don't see that often now. I'm not sure exactly what caused that. If it's weather, he's sliding, but it appears that he's stepping in the bucket a bit for some reason, which caused him to pull off those pitches.
Still 1 ball, 2 strikes to Christian Alter against Mason Elliott. Elliott ready to go out on the mound. Alter now ready to go in the batter's box. 1-2 pitch. Misses high for ball 2.
And Martinsburg needing that 2-run hit to make this a tie ball game. Elliott's looking to get that final strike across to shut down this threat as the leadoff man for Martinsburg got on. Generally, when that happens, they get the man in and around. So
2-2. High fly ball to right field. Ian Wolf tracking it down and will make the catch for out number 3. So after Grove able to reach base on an error, Martinsburg goes 3 up, 3 down right after that and strains the runner at second. So at the end of 1, it remains Hedgesville 1, Martinsburg nothing. We'll headed to the second on the other side of this 1-minute break. This is West Virginia High School Baseball and Talk Radio, WRNR and TV 10.
I served 40 years protecting America, and I deployed from the Middle East to Africa. I never thought I'd see our own homeland invaded. Joe Biden opened our borders to Mexican cartels, Chinese fentanyl, and illegals from all over. We're supposed to be a superpower, and we can't stop an invasion on our own soil? Send a war fighter to Congress. I'll stand with President Trump to finish this wall and take our country back. I'm Chris Walker, and I approve this message.
With 4 new car dealerships and 4 used car dealerships in 3 states, Parsons is the largest used car and fastest growing new car dealer in the tri-state area. Take Parsons Ford with huge savings on hundreds of new Fords, financing from 0%, Parsons' goal of financing for all, and Parsons' famous above-market trade-in allowances that help make Parsons #1 for used cars too. See why so many won't buy anywhere but Parsons Ford in Martinsburg. We became #1 by making you #1 first. Parsons.
Welcome you back to P.O. Faulkner Park as we're headed to the top of the second inning, brought to you by the Heffley Motor Company, located at 993 Hedgesville Road in Martinsburg. A nice place to do business. 7, 8, 9 batters, Carter, Canarium, and Manor, are due up for the Hedgesville Eagles as they lead after 1 inning already played, 1-0 over Martinsburg here in the AAA Region 2 Section 1 championship game. As again, for those tuning in, if Martinsburg wins, the tournament's over. They will be crowned the Section 1 champions. If Hedgesville wins, forces a winner-take-all game scheduled for tomorrow. It's the pitch from Buber. Line down the third baseline and slicing and hitting the line. It's fair. That one looked really close. I thought it was going to hook foul, but it just somehow, some way stayed fair. And it's a leadoff double for Carter.
Yeah, Carter got that loop down across there and stayed fair. Got down there and definitely hit the line down there as Keith Allison had that. And, probably looking, possibly here at maybe a bunt, something to get the young man over. Nobody out, man, on second. Carson Brewer's got some work to do, and Hedgesville's got an opportunity once again to add to their lead.
Bring up Trenton Canarium. Pitch from Buber. Canarium squares to bunt and misses it for strike 1. So, Jameer Brown, the first baseman, in. That's it from the infield. Everybody else kind of more so actually back in the middle infield. Again, Canarium squares to bunt, and it's a pitch out for a ball. So 1 ball, 1 strike to Canarium. Buber sets. Runner on second takes his lead. The pitch. Bunted right back to Buber. He looks over to third, doesn't throw, now throws to first, and it's going to get past Jameer Brown. Runner coming home, and it's 2-0 Hedgesville on the error. The throw was kind of in on the base path, forcing Brown to step off the bag and tried to avoid colliding with the base runner Canarium, and he was unable to get to the baseball, which rolled all the way towards the Hedgesville dugout for the error to allow it to be 2-0.
Jameer was up was up the line for the bunt. Actually, with Keegan Everhart covering. Boober did take a look at third, then he turned. Instead of throwing hard to first, he kind of threw it softly to first when they carried him up the line, carried Keegan up the line into the runner, got away, allowed Mason Carter to come in from second easily on the error. So Martinsburg, the second error of the night, both seeming to let runs score.
Another square to bunt is up the bat as Manor. He pulls the bat back. The pitch misses for a ball from Boober. Nobody out. Top of the second, 2-0 Hedgesville. Pickoff attempt over to first. And safely is Canarium. Unless it's a courtesy runner, my apologies. Did not see.
Yeah, it's courtesy runner number 1, I believe.
Looks like that is Jason Plogger. Now another pickoff attempt, and Plogger in safely sliding head first. 1 ball, no strikes to ninth batter in Hedgesville's lineup in Manor. This time it's the third baseman, Ben Reisenweber, expecting the bunt in, and squaring to bunt is Manor. Throw to first gets him for the out, but the sacrifice works, moving Plogger, over to second.
Yeah,
just Plogger or
Plogger? Yep.
Plogger, okay.
Nice job by Manor there as he just gets the bunt down, gets the sack down.
Number 17, Noah Brown.
Turning the bats over to the top of the order for an opportunity, the RBI opportunities for Noah Brown. Landon Pence on deck.
Brown grounded to third his last time up. A timeout called by Brown. 1 out. Runner now on second. Boober on the mound for Martinsburg. Sets the pitch to Brown. Grounded foul over to the Martinsburg dugout for strike 1. Brown slowly taking his time before stepping back into the right-handed box. Boober ready to go out on the mound, waiting for him. 0-1. Swing and a miss for strike 2 as Brown chases the breaking ball. A good job this time by Edwards, keeping it in front of him.
Yeah, it was a great job by Edwards as Carson Boober found some spin on that baseball. The bottom dropped out of it, and Brown offered for it, 0-2.
And another timeout as Brown doesn't like the length before the next pitch from Boober. Brown chokes up just a little bit on his bat. Here we go, the 0-2. Called strike 3 as Brown freezes at the breaking ball. First strikeout for Carson Boober on the night. It's out number 2 in the top of the second.
Yeah, really nice pitch there by Boober. Started right at Brown, and there's not much he could do there. He got a late break on it and caught him looking. So Carson Boober here, 1 out, 1 pitch away from minimizing this damage, and Hedgesville still has an opportunity for an RBI here with the man in running scoring position with 2 outs.
And Pence lets the first pitch go by. It's low and away for ball 1 from Boober. Canarium, the runner, on second. Take his lead. Boober looks at him. Here's the 1-0. It's a fastball high for ball 2.
Well, the excitement we had there the other night, now everything seems very subdued. Maybe the weather's got everybody
I was about to say,
calmed
it might
down
be
and
the weather
got them all covered up. They can't get their hands out.
Making things gloomy.
Mm-hmm.
2-0. Misses low for ball 3. However, kind of sarcastically counter that, maybe being animated would move you around and warm you up just a little bit.
Yeah. The gloomy weather's got everybody under the covers and under the decks.
A 3-0 right down the middle for strike 1. 3 balls, 1 strike to Pence, which is the count. Last time he was up the bat, and it led to him being hit by a pitch. This time he hits the baseball, and it's straight to the second baseman, Everhart. His throw to Brown retires the side, but not before another run's able to cross the plate for Hedgesville, this time on 1 hit and an error by the Bulldogs. It's Hedgesville 2, Martinsburg nothing. We're headed to the bottom of the second on the other side of this 1-minute break. This is West Virginia High School Baseball on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10.
West Virginians need strong conservative leaders we can count on to stand up and fight for our core values and protect our freedom. And Senate President Craig Blair is that conservative fighter. As Senate President, Craig Blair passed the largest tax cut in West Virginia history, putting more money back into the pockets of hardworking West Virginia families. And because of Craig Blair's leadership, West Virginia is one of the most pro-life states in the country. Senator Blair also protected our right to bear arms. That's why he was endorsed by West Virginians for life in the NRA. As the opioid crisis continues across our country, Craig Blair is fighting for stronger penalties against fentanyl distributors and drug dealers, and better access to addiction treatment for West Virginians. Let's keep Craig Blair fighting for our values and pushing West Virginia forward. Vote to re-elect Senate President Craig Blair on May 14th. Our pro-life, pro-gun, and pro-freedom voice in Charleston. Paid for by Republican State Leadership Committee. Not authorized by any candidate or candidates committee.
Welcome back to P.O. Faulkner Park. Bottom of the second inning, brought to you by the Berkeley County Health Department. Prevent, Promote, Protect, offering public, clinical, and environmental services at 122 Waverly Court in Martinsburg. Ryzen, Weber, Rupenthal, Edwards, the 5, 6, 7 batters are due up to bat. The bottom of the second for Martinsburg as they trail Hedgesville 2-0. Mason Elliott on the mound for Hedgesville. Already has struck out 2 of the 4 Bulldogs he's faced.
Yeah, he's got some stuff working here, got the momentum going, throwing the ball across the plate.
First pitch to start off the bottom of the second to Ben Reisenweber, misses for ball 1.
Got Boober up and in on a fastball. Got Oviedo looking on a fastball up and over the middle of the plate.
1-0. Just misses for ball 2, says the home plate umpire.
We've seen Martinsburg all year long many times, get down a little bit and been even down late in the games, and that's kind of what they takes to wake them up sometimes. See if that's the same here.
2-0 just fouled off by Reisenweber for a strike.
They seem to play a little tighter here against Hedgesville as they did beat them in the regular season. Maybe that plays into the psyche a little bit of playing a little tighter, but Martinsburg's been down to Hedgesville for the most part a couple times here in the section already.
2-1 up and in for ball 3.
I think other than the walk-off is the only time they've had the lead, isn't it? In these in the sectionals.
So, yes. Here comes the 3-1, and that is a blooper into right field. Hustling in is Ian Wolf, and it's going to drop in front of him for a leadoff single by Ben Reisenweber.
A little dink and dunk there as seen Wolf out there kind of tracking it, but he didn't quite get there. He's playing a little deeper as Reisenweber has a little power.
I don't know if I'm over-analyzing it, but it almost seemed he was a little bit hesitant in his run forward as well, trying to judge where it was going to land.
Yeah, he didn't seem
maybe he was going to try to dive or just let it bounce in front of him.
They didn't get a great read on it out there.
Rupenthal squares the bunt on the first pitch, and he fouls it off for strike 1.
Yeah, back to that. Ian didn't get a great jump on that, and I think, like you say, I think when it went up, it kind of didn't think it was going to be that deep maybe, as he didn't break immediately. Then when he seen it wasn't Williams' ball, then he kind of broke in. It was a little too late, but, not 100% sure. The outfielders kind of first step back. Right-handers were full opposite field.
Rupenthal squares the bunt again. It's slowly up to Mason Elliott, who runs forward, picks it up, throws it over to Mason Carter at first to retire Rupenthal, but on the sacrifice bunt, Reisenweber advances the second. So 1 out. Runner in scoring position for the Bulldogs.
So Martinsburg opting to knowing that these runs are come at a premium. They're going to try to, get on the board, get that goose egg off the board. Even they're down 2. They're still going to play small ball, try to win an inning here and there, and clean up the free bases on the defensive side and to get the bats going.
Braden Edwards up the bat. The first pitch from Elliott catches the outside part of the plate for strike 1 to the lefty. Edwards, we know with one swing of the bat, could tie it up. He is tied for the lead on Martinsburg in home runs with 3 as the pitch. low for a ball to even up the count at 1 apiece.
Elliott went 4 2/3 last time that in the regular season when Hedgesville beat Martinsburg. He had 6 hits, 4 runs, 2 earned. He did strike out, 7 walk and 3 there, so give his team the opportunity and a good start there and looking to do the same thing tonight.
1 ball, 1 strike. The pitch hit into left field, and diving forward is Cash Dunham. He makes the catch for out number 2.
Yeah, I thought it was going to stay in the air a little longer, but it died out there, and Cash Dunham come in and made a really nice diving play there. I thought it was going to be right at him, but I don't know if that little bit of a wind there or something knocked it down, but it started to dive and started to take a dive towards the ground there, and a great job by Cash Dunham to come in and lay out and make a play.
Martinsburg again finds itself with 2 out and a runner on second. Jameer Brown up the bat. Pitch from Elliott. Missing for ball 1 to Brown. Runner on second is Ryzen Weber. He takes his lead. Elliott sets. Looks at the runner behind him now. And he'll step off. Ryzen Weber goes back to second safely. Again, Hedgesville 2, Martinsburg nothing the score. Pitch from Elliott to Brown. Right down the middle for a strike. The count now 1-1.
Elliott's not doing anything real fancy, just throwing strikes, a couple off speed. He has that curveball to keep him off right now. He's just spotting fastballs, so at the moment he's just letting his defense do the work. But he did get 2 big strikeouts in the first inning.
1-1 Brown check swings. Check over to the first base umpire. He says he does not go around, so it's ball 2. 2 balls, 1 strike now to Jameer Brown. We got Keegan Everhart on deck. 9th batter in Martinsburg's lineup. Runner on second. Pitch from Elliott. Just high for ball 3 to Brown.
Brown's worked himself into a 31 count here. He's going to be looking for something to drive here. You'll hear him yelling base hitter walk, base hitter walk. He's got 2 pitches to pick from here. If there's the one that Elliott grooves, he could turn it loose.
3-1. Elliott slips off the mound while throwing the pitch, and that results in it going and hitting the turf before reaching home plate. So it's ball 4 to Jameer Brown. He'll walk over to first, which means with 2 outs, there's runners on first and second for Everhart up the bat for Martinsburg, down 2-0.
The infielder are going to come in. Catcher comes up, talk to Elliott. First and second, 2 outs. They're going to talk to one another and settle down the pitcher there. Make sure everybody knows there's a play at any base. Number 9 batter up. Noah Brown's got his field general shortstop here. He's got everything's lined up. As Canarium and Elliott are staying, kind of stay on each other's radar here. Not going to get crossed up here with base runners on, so after he slips off the mound here in the visit by all the fielders, we're going to go again.
Mason Elliott sets, and a timeout called before the first pitch to Everhart. Everhart steps out, steps back in. Bottom of the second, Hedgesville 2, Martinsburg nothing. Runners on first and second, the pitch. Everhart grounds over to the third baseman, Manor. His throw across the diamond in time for out number 3. So Martinsburg strands 2 in the bottom of the second. It remains Hedgesville 2, Martinsburg nothing here in the AAA Region 2 Section 1 Championship. We'll step aside for a 1-minute break, then be back for the third. This is West Virginia High School Playoff Baseball on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10.
One of the questions lawyers get asked the most is, what is my case worth?
I'm Steven Skinner, and this is my brother Andrew with Skinner Accident and Injury Lawyers.
The truth is, it's very difficult for a lawyer to pinpoint a number because every case is different.
We get to know each situation and we'll give you an idea of what your case is worth and why.
The sooner we get involved, the better we can do getting you the compensation you deserve.
Google Skinner Lawyers or go to skinnerwins.com. We'll treat you like family.
From breathtaking outdoors to unique local eats, world-class geocaching, and thriving local culture, Martinsburg, Berkeley County, West Virginia is where you can live your adventure. Berkeley County offers fantastic outdoor experiences, from our rugged hiking paths to scenic nature paths, public parks, fishing streams, and nature preserves. Cap off your outdoor adventures with a stroll through historic downtown Martinsburg. Join us and immerse yourself in our rich local history and scenic surroundings. Check out upcoming events and plan your adventure at travelwv.com.
Welcome back, P.O. Faulkner Park. Our top of the third inning brought to you by the Dutch Miller Automotive Group, home of friends and family pricing. At the end of 2, it's Hedgesville 2, Martinsburg nothing. We're headed to the top of the third. Wolf, Quinn, Williams, the 3, 4, 5 batters due up for the Hedgesville Eagles. And Hedgesville needs to win 2 games. Martinsburg only needs to win 1 to become the Section 1 champions. As Carson Buber sets. First pitch to Wolf. Curveball. Catching the zone for strike 1. Buber. Pitch number 42 on the night is a one-hopper to the shortstop, Braden Oviedo from Wolf. The throw to first in time for out number 1. So that will bring up Connor Quinn, the designated hitter now for Hedgesville. Quinn got it in the 6'4 fielder's choice, which he reached base on in the top of the first. Pitch from Buber. Goes back to the curveball, and this time it misses for ball 1. That's the pitch that he had to rely on Monday as well.
Yeah, he threw a lot of first pitch curveball or a strike curveballs for strikes, as he gets a strike here on the fastball. But he threw a lot of curveballs for strikes. He was able to locate it really well. You know, he's got some damp weather, a little bit of adversity to work through here. A little couple first inning jitters, I guess you could say, from both teams. As
1-1 grounded right back up the middle off Buber, and he can't find the ball. He does so now. The underhand toss to first in time, just barely, for out number 2.
He come right up off that turf, got him in the belt buckle. He thought it got through his legs. He turned and looked back, but it was in front of him, and he found the baseball. And a kind of a high-pressure play there, was able to get it underhand and get it to the pitcher. You know, he does his best work when he doesn't think, and he's just had to react there. So, you know, when he's under pressure like that, is one time that he does some of his best work, and he did a great job reacting to that ball that got him in the midsection, got away, chased it down, was able to get underhanded over to Brown for the out.
2 outs for Hedgesville now. It's the first pitch from Buber fools Evan Williams, who was way ahead of the breaking ball. Swung on and missed for strike 1. No balls, 1 strike, 2 outs. Top of the third, nobody on for the Eagles. Buber starting to settle in just a little bit as the 0-1 grounded off home plate, goes to the right and foul before Edwards is able to pick it up. It's strike 2 to Evan Williams.
Yeah, Buber cruising a little bit here. If you could put Williams away early, have a really quick inning. Evan Williams was a big reason why Hedgesville's here tonight, as he was a late entries with Cash coming up sick, but he stepped in, did really well, and a couple hits.
The 0-2 curveball called strike 3. Williams goes down looking, and Hedgesville goes 3 up, 3 down quickly. Here in the top of the third, it only took 8 pitches for Carson Buber to get out of that inning. See if it's the spark that Martinsburg needs as they trail Hedgesville 2-0 after 2.5 played. We're headed to the bottom of the third on the other side of this 1-minute break. This is West Virginia High School Baseball on Talk Radio WRNR and TV10.
One of the questions lawyers get asked the most is, what is my case worth?
I'm Steven Skinner, and this is my brother Andrew with Skinner Accident and Injury Lawyers.
The truth is, it's very difficult for a lawyer to pinpoint a number because every case is different.
We get to know each situation and we'll give you an idea of what your case is worth and why.
The sooner we get involved, the better we can do getting you the compensation you deserve.
Google Skinner Lawyers or go to skinnerwins.com. We'll treat you like family.
On January 18th, Rob Blair was appointed by the Berkeley County Commission to fill the vacancy of sheriff. A retired captain with the West Virginia State Police, Rob Blair is putting his 35 years of experience and training in law enforcement, administration, and supervision to work for the citizens of Berkeley County. A vote for Rob Blair for sheriff is a vote for honesty, integrity, professionalism, and proven leadership. Paid for by Committee to Elect Rob Blair for Sheriff.
Welcome back. Bottom of the third inning now. Brought to you by the team at Century 21 Modern Realty Results. If you're looking for a home in the tri-state area, they have you covered. Top of the lineup. Up to bat now here in the bottom of the third. Grove, Buber, Oviedo for the Martinsburg Bulldogs. Hedgesville up 2-0. Trying to stay alive in the section. Last year's Section 1 champions, last year's Region 2 champions, last year's state runner-up in Hedgesville. Grove lets the first pitch go, and it's ball number 1 from Elliott.
Yeah, Martinsburg needs to settle in here and kind of let the game come to them a little bit. They pressed the first 2 innings. Hedgesville took advantage of some of their mistakes and free bases, And in the bottom of the third, they're going back to the top of the lineup.
Yep. Grove fouled off this pitch, up and over the press box for a strike, so the count even at 1-1. Here we go with the 1-1. Elliott's pitch just misses on the outside corner for ball 2, as that was an off-speeder that kind of just froze everybody. It looked like Grove wanted the swing, then stopped and tried to go again and decided it was too late.
Yeah, it was an off-speed pitch. Slowed it down a good bit on the guns.
2-1. Grove off the end of the bat over the first base side and foul for strike 2. Grove reached on an error in the bottom of the first, one of the 3 base runners for Martinsburg, and grounds this one to the second baseman, Evan Williams. He bobbled it through to first, and because of the bobble, a throw not in time as Grove reaches safely.
Yeah, great job by Grove running it out. Grove's been hampered with a, leg injury, and he showed there that he had a burst of speed. So once again, Grove's on with the free base as he got on with the error in the shortstop the first inning, now an error on the second baseman this inning. So at this point, Grove on base, 2 for 2.
Yep, and that'll bring up Carson Buber. Buber struck out swinging his first time up. Pickoff attempt over to first, not in time. So we did see Grove take second on the run his last time up as well before he got stranded. Takes a big lead over at first. Elliott sets. Pitch to Buber. Grounded right down the third baseline and goes foul, as that was a bullet that continues to roll all the way to the wall now. Just stopping maybe a foot before it, actually.
Keegan Everhart stretching his legs out down there taking that one. He had to run to the 305 mark to get it.
I think he enjoys doing that. I see him do it all the
He's
time.
got to burn a little energy off. I think some energy drinks in him.
1 high into left field, a moonshot that's going to stay in the field of play as Cash Dunham catches it for the out. Grove tags up, throw cut off, and not in time to second, but almost going off the bag after the slide was Grove. He's able to put the hand back on before the second baseman, Evan Williams, realized that he was off the bag to apply the tag. So sack fly for out number 1.
So Buber just missed that one. I mean, he got just under it, and he still drove it all the way to the scoreboard out there. If he gets a little more of that, a little more level there, that's going to be a 2-run home run for Martinsburg. But great base running by Grove as he went back and tug up, and generally at first base you're kind of just creeping off, but he seen Dunham camp under it, went back, tug, and took off, and moved up on that. So it's like a 1-out bunt.
Oviedo, first pitch, check swing, and it goes past Canarium. He picks it up, throws to third. It's bobbled by Manor. Grove slides in safely. They collide. Now we had a tag afterwards by Noah Brown to try to see if Grove was off the bag, and he was not, so he's safe. Everybody checking to see if Groves okay, as that's the second collision he's had now in an attempt to steal a baseline through a bag. First one was with Brown. This time it was with Manor, but first opportunity at a run 90 feet away from Martinsburg. An 0-1 count to Oviedo. Now it's 1-1 as the pitch misses high for a ball. What were you about to say there?
I might start consider sliding, feet first. But
Feet first?
that'd just be me.
Sliding sooner, maybe, too?
Or a little sooner, yeah.
1-1. Grounded to the shortstop, Noah Brown. The runner comes home. He's not going to throw there, so the run will score. He gets Oviedo out at first. And it's 2-1 now in the bottom of the third.
Something Martinsburg needed there. Great job by Grove, wheeling himself around the bases on the error, then the sack, the fly. Most people don't tag up on that. If he doesn't do that, then he dirt ball read the third. Went in hard, forced Canarium to throw the ball, be quick with the ball, and got himself into third, and he scores easily on the ground ball to short. So now we're down to a one-run ball game.
Yep, 2 outs, nobody on base now. 2-1 ball game. Alter up to bat for Martinsburg. Pitch from Elliott, high for ball 1. Elliott sets. 1 ball, no strike. Alter flew out to right his last time up. Pitch. Let go by, and it's a strike. Count now 1-1.
Alter didn't agree with that, shaking his head a little bit, but the pitch on the outer half and low. He's got 2 more to work with here.
1-1. Just outside. Canarium tried to frame it well, but it's ball 2. Hedgesville faithful trying to encourage Mason Elliott out on the mound. 2-1. Same spot. It's ball 3.
Nice job by Alter there. Is that pitch just a little bit more in earlier was a strike, but he's able to track those pitches out on the outer half as now Canarium sets up on the inner half.
3-1. Kind of half swing by Alter, and he'll fly out to Ian Wolf again in right for out number 3 in the bottom of the third, just like out number 3 in the bottom of the first. It's 2-1. Martinsburg able to cut Hedgesville's lead in half in the bottom of the third. We're headed to the fourth on the other side of this 1-minute break. This is West Virginia High School Playoff Baseball on Talk Radio WRNR and CV10.
Ready to shake up Washington? Listen to pro-Trump conservative Riley Moore.
My life has been about hard work. As a welder in an open pit mine, a state treasure, fighting back when Wall Street came after coal. I'm driven by faith and a love for West Virginia. That's why I've always taken on the establishment and stood up for our rights and values.
Riley Moore is conservative, God-fearing, and a pro-life, pro-gun, pro-wall, pro-Trump Republican running for Congress. He'll fight for our values in Washington. Riley will help seal the border, crack down on the drug trade, and make things in America again. Listen again to Riley Moore.
Look, fighting is hard work. Hard work is how we fight back and win. I'm Riley Moore, candidate for Congress, and I approve this message.
Paid for by Moore for West Virginia, Inc.
Welcome back to P.O. Faulkner Park. Top of the fourth inning we go, which is brought to you by Farmers and Mechanics Insurance. Reliable coverage since 1877. Call them at 304-263-0809 for a quote today or visit FMIWV.com. Dunham, Carter, Canarium, 6, 7, 8 batters are due up to bat for Hedgesville on the top of the fourth. So they try to hold on or add on to a 2-1 lead against Martinsburg here in the AAA Region 2 Section 1 Championship.
Cash Dunham went back to the pitcher the last time as Boober first to third.
First pitch swinging is Dunham. It's going to one-hop to the second baseman. Everhardy underhand tosses it to Jameer Brown at first for the out.
Hedgesville continuing to swing early here now after that first inning when a few guys got on, got some walks. Now they starting to attack here as Boober settles in. Carter with that double earlier and came in to score on the air. So Carter, I think he hit the first or second pitch of the at bat. First pitch, yep. He was aggressive.
And this first pitch is a breaking ball that kind of just hangs high for ball 1. Yep, that's how he led off the top of the second, then came home to score. A 1-0 from Buber. Just misses for ball 2 to Carter. Carter steps back in. Ready for the 2-0 from Buber. Here comes the pitch, and it's popped up in the backstop, and Edwards sees it out for a foul ball strike behind the press box.
Edwards gets that helmet off, and he has to get all that hair back in there, get it all tucked back. And
we don't have to worry about that.
I know.
Unless you wear a wig.
He's got the mullet going on down there.
Timeout called. 2 balls, 1 strike.
Carter turned it loose on that 2-0 pitch. Like I said, doubled the last time when he found a pitch he liked. He was in that hitter's count. Fouled it back.
Pitch from Buber low to Carter for ball 3.
Carter patient here. He's playing first base tonight. A few plays over there already where he needed that length of
3-1. Carter lets go by. It's a fastball at the edge of the plate. 4 strikes, so the count full. 3 balls, 2 strikes. 1 out for Hedgesville. Top of the 4th, they lead Martinsburg 2-1. Nobody on base. Carson Buber on the mound for the Bulldogs. Sets, wind-up kick, and the payoff pitch. Grounded foul, and we'll redo it.
You fought that one off, did Carter?
If he was just able to get a piece of it right at the last second on that fastball from Buber. So, again, 3 balls, 2 strikes. Another payoff pitch, and it's called strike 3. Carter not happy with that call as he goes down looking for out number 2.
Yeah, fastball in the outer half, and Buber got hooked up there with the umpire. If he threw a fastball in the outer half to get him looking, 3-2 count there. Not a terrible take if you're Carter. He kind of maybe a 50-50 pitch in his opinion. He thought it was a ball. Buber wanted to strike, and Don Tapley said it was strike 3.
This pitch to Canerium outside for a ball. So that's the 3rd strikeout for Carson Buber today, and all 3 of them have caught Hedgesville Eagles looking. Here comes the 1-0 to Canerium. It's ball 2.
Good job by Edwards there to bring that pitch up there as he starts that glove down, brings it up, makes those pitches look pretty daggone good from up here, but we can't see high-low.
2-0. Grounded foul down the 3rd baseline to his 3rd base coach for a strike.
Hedgesville once again showing if you get us in hitters' counts, we're going to swing the bat. It's just a great approach. 2-0 count. They're up there hunting fastballs. He gets a fastball and just misses it.
2-1. Fastball at the edge of the plate called strike 2 as Buber continues to paint the outside corner of the strike zone. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Deuce is wild. Pitch from Buber. Outside in the opposite batter's box for ball 3. Miriam reached on an error his first time up. That resulted in the run. Payoff pitch is outside for ball 4. 2 outs. Buber walks the catcher and Canerium to bring up Austin Manor.
Yeah, you don't want nobody on base. You want to throw the contact there. Buber, mistake on his part, got down 2-0, fought it back. And then just lost the catcher there as you got Cason Plogger's going to run.
Plogger back out as the courtesy runner for Canerium for a 2nd time today. Pickoff attempt over to first, not in time. Plogger slides in head first safely. Manor at a sack bunt his last time up. Another pickoff attempt, not in time, over to first as Buber continues to not like Clogger over there, fidgeting around, getting his attention.
Yeah, based on the umbrellas, I believe the arena stopped.
I think so.
Completely.
Just for a little bit. Hopefully it stays that way for those in attendance. Pitch. Outside for a ball. So 1 ball, no strikes, 2 outs. Top of the 4th. Hedgesville 2, Martinsburg 1 in the AAA Region 2 Section 1 Championship. Hedgesville wins today. We play tomorrow. Martinsburg is able to come back. They are crowned the Section 1 champion. We'll wait Section 2 between Jefferson and Washington, which got postponed to tomorrow due to weather. So this pitch outside, the count 2-0. Jefferson, the one with the winner's advantage in that one, even though Washington, the 1 seed. So the 2-0 fouled off the net for a strike by Manor. So the count 2-1.
Yeah, once again, Carson 2-0 there. After he got that quick 1 pitch out on, I believe, Cash Dunham, he went 2-0 to Carter, ended up striking him out, 2-0 to Canary, ended up walking him. So, he needs to eliminate those free bases.
Another pickoff attempt over to first. 2 balls, 1 strike, 2 outs. Hooper sets. Pitch to Manor. Low for ball 3.
Leadoff batter on deck. Carson doesn't want to lose the number 9 hitter here, and certainly Austin Manor would take the free base. He's got 2 pitches here to give.
3-1 called a strike. Throw from Edwards over to first to try to catch Clogger off guard, but he slides back in. Count full at 3-2, expecting the runner to go with 2 outs. We'll see if maybe we see another pickoff from the senior mover, knowing that. He sets. Go with the payoff pitch. It's fouled off by Manor.
Runners are going to be going, and he did go.
Foul ball fest continues. Three balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Top of the 4th, runner on first. Pitch. Called strike 3 to drop third strike, and that'll end the inning. Since the runner was on first, the throw down was not needed, but it was given anyway. So Hedgesville strands 1, stays 2-1, as we're headed to the bottom of the 4th between Hedgesville and Martinsburg. This is West Virginia High School Playoff Baseball on Talk Radio, WRNR and TV10. We're back in a minute.
When you're looking for the perfect gift, look no further than L.A. Roberts Jewelers at 146 North Queen Street in downtown Martinsburg. Choose from a huge selection of unique items, from the finest diamonds that make your eyes sparkle to exquisite timepieces, figurines, and collectibles. Buying from L.A. Roberts Jewelers means that you've made the decision to do business with people who've excelled in the industry for more than 100 years. They'll be here tomorrow when you need them, and if you need your jewelry or your watch repaired, they'll do that too. L.A. Roberts in downtown Martinsburg. Old World Jewelers for a new age.
The WVU Heart and Vascular Institute is pleased to announce that thoracic surgery with Dr. Shalini Reddy is now available in Martinsburg at WVU Medicine Berkeley Medical Center. Dr. Reddy has practiced thoracic surgery in the region for over 8 years and offers robotic laparoscopic surgeries for the lungs, esophagus, and more. For more information about thoracic surgery in Martinsburg, check us out online at mywvuheart.com.
Third appeal, Faulkner Park. Bottom of the 4th inning, brought to you by Mother Shucker's Crab Shack, located at 1014 Winchester Avenue in Martinsburg. If you don't like it, shuck it up, Buttercup. Reisenweber, Rupenthal, Edwards, the 5-6-7 batters, due up for Martinsburg, who trails Hedgesville 2-1. Colin McLaughlin here for Talk Radio, WRNR, TV10, and WRNR TV on YouTube. Alongside me is Trip Tobin, on-site producer John Alderton, Nick Verzolini, our cameraman back in the studio is Dylan Bishop. Ben Reisenweber steps up. Ben singled in his only at-bat so far today, which led off the bottom of the 2nd. He lets the first pitch go by to begin the bottom of the 4th for Mason Elliott, and it's ball 1. Big swing and a miss on the next one from Reisenweber. The count now 1-1. Mason Elliott pitch count now 53. This will be pitch number 54. And it misses for ball 2. 2 balls, 1 strike to Ben Reisenweber to lead things off in bottom of the 4th inning. Pitch down the first baseline in the air, and it's going to go foul over towards the Hedgesville bullpen. The count now 2-2. Reisenweber got a nice piece of that one, but just continued to go. So step back into the box here with a 2-2 count. Elliott sets. Pitch. It's a grounder to the Austin Manor at third base. His long throw will beat Reisenweber to first for out number 1.
Reisenweber seen his 2 pitches there. Give one a ride down the third base, or excuse me, the first baseline. Ultimately, grounds out to Austin Manor. He's got a 2-hopper there. A nice nice strong throw across the diamond on target for out number 1.
Now Owen Rubenthal is up to bat for Martinsburg. The lefty steps into the plate, DHing in the 6th hole for the Dogs. Pitch from Elliott. Big swing and a miss for strike 1 from Rubenthal.
Yeah, Rubenthal wanted that one.
Elliott sets. 0-1. In the turf for a ball. Count now 1-1 to Rubenthal. Owen had a sack bunt, advancing Reisenweber to second in the bottom of the 2nd for his only at bat. So 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out the pitch. Lined right to the shortstop, Noah Brown. He crouches down and makes the catch for out number 2.
Couldn't hit it much harder there, could Rubenthal, and Brown never even had to move. He just stopped, stood there, and held the glove out and let it come to him.
Yep, it almost looked like he was playing catcher out there the way he had to crouch down and catch that one. Now up to bat is Martinsburg's catcher, Braden Edwards. And he'll swing at the first pitch, and it's a 2-out shot to left center field for a single. Unless he's thinking to, he goes around and now trots back, so it is a single. About to say you don't typically see a catcher try to extend there, especially with 2 out.
Now he's going to get a courtesy run at number 15 here.
Braden Miller out now. Courtesy run for the catcher. It's up to bat. It's Jameer Brown.
Now batting, number 27, Jameer Brown.
Brown gets the call from his head coach, Aaron Beinler, who's the third base coach. Step in now against Mason Elliott. Runner on first. The pitch inside almost hits Brown. He's able to kind of just tuck out of the way for ball 1.
Yeah, Brown, the pitch ran in on Brown there. And he just kept running, kept chasing him clean out of the box there. So didn't think it was going to be that close to him, but it kept running. Wrong side run from Elliott.
1-0. Catch at the outside part of the plate. Evens up the count at 1-1.
Martinsburg looking for a little 2-out magic here. As they're still in a 1-run ball game here. Getting later into the game here.
This pitch inside, and it's popped up foul over the first base dugout by Brown for strike 2.
Tonight, a little different feel. Looks like both teams are just going about their business as usual, not seeing as much of that emotion as we've seen earlier in the first game. And certainly as this game progresses, if it stays as close, I'm sure it'll start to ramp up a little bit as people start to hang on each pitch. But right now we've got a whale of a ball game between 2 guys throwing the ball really well. And for the most part, they've basically shut these offenses down other than some free bases that both teams give.
1-2 runner goes. It's outside for ball 2. The throw in time. The tag applied. And gunned down is the courtesy runner Braden Miller for out number 3. So we're headed to the 5th. It is Hedgesville 2, Martinsburg 1. This is West Virginia High School Playoff Baseball on Talk Radio, WRNR and TV 10.
Welcome to CMA's Honda of Winchester, where you can drive an award-winning lineup of new and certified pre-owned Hondas, Accords, Civics, CRVs, HRVs, and more at CMA's Honda of Winchester. Owners just care more. Welcome to CMA's Honda of Winchester, where you can drive an award-winning lineup of new and certified pre-owned Hondas, Accords, Civics, CRVs, HRVs, and more at CMA's Honda of Winchester. Owners just care more.
Hi, this is Roger Hanshaw, Speaker of the West Virginia House of Delegates, encouraging everyone in Berkeley County to vote for Pam Brush for House of Delegates. Pam is dedicated to improving Berkeley County and being a voice for West Virginia's Eastern Panhandle in our state legislature. In a time with tremendous opportunity like we have today, it's important that we send leaders like Pam Brush to the House of Delegates to be the right voice for Berkeley County. Remember to vote for Pam Brush to send a strong champion for Berkeley County and House District 97 to Charleston.
Paid for by Mountaineer Majority Fund, not authorized by any candidate or candidates committee.
Back at P.O. Faulkner Park, heading to inning number 5 as the top of the 5th, brought to you by L.A. Roberts Jewelers, committed to excellence in quality design and craftsmanship, located at 146 North Queen Street in Martinsburg. Here in high school baseball, AAA Region 2 Section 1 Championship. It is Hedgesville 2, Martinsburg 1, as Hedgesville trying to extend this tournament out to tomorrow. They have to win today in this double elimination tournament to avoid being eliminated, forcing a winner-take-all game tomorrow if that's the case, as Martinsburg has yet to lose a game so far in this Section 1 tournament.
Carson Buber here coming into the after 4 complete, sitting on 69 pitches, I believe.
That's what I have him at.
Still hasn't given up an earned run and only 1 hit. And that was a double down the line by Mason Carter. 2 runs have scored on 4 strikeouts. He's got 2 walks and a hit batter. So, and he also has the error that allowed one of the runs to come in. So Martinsburg needs to give him some run support, as Mason Elliott on the other side has done a great job.
First pitch to Noah Brown to lead off the top of the 5th. He squares up the bunt, pulls the bat back, but it's called strike 1 nonetheless.
Yeah, tough pitch to bunt when it's coming right at you and it breaks over the plate for a strike.
The 0-1 is a dead ball, and they say it hit Noah Brown, and he's confused. He thought it was a foul ball. So he goes to first, and now here comes Aaron Byler out of the third base dugout for Martinsburg to talk with the home plate umpire.
The umpire is calling dead ball. Noah Brown thinks it's a foul ball, but he doesn't. Umpire Tapley doesn't even react. So, I mean.
And here we go. This is what you've been waiting for, Tripp. Nobody's really been animated in the stands.
No, I've been happy.
I was thinking in my head it was because we haven't had any controversy so far. And here comes the controversy, and here comes the chirping.
I don't think that it hit anything, but then
I heard something.
I'm like Noah Brown. I mean, I think Noah, of course, I think if calling a foul ball. I don't know about that.
So the count would be 1-1, I believe. And here comes now Scott Budka, the acting manager for Hedgesville. As we know, Eric Grove, the last time these two teams met, was ejected in the game.
So the ball comes up and in with Noah Brown. Immediately, dead ball is called, which has Tapley calling basically a hit batter. And then Noah Brown steps out like he was assuming that it was a foul ball. And he never reacted. He just starts walking, thinking he's got an 0-2 count or 1-2 count. But he turns around and Coach Byler comes out, and then they get together, and Coach Byler
asks. Now we have a warning to a fan in the stands, and don't know if you can pick up the voice of who it is, but it is a familiar voice if you can.
So the leadoff batter in Brown, who the home plate umpire had as hit batter, has been overturned as he got with first base umpire Matthew Heidel, and he's calling it a foul ball.
So 0-2. My apologies earlier for saying 1-1. So 0-2 count to Noah Brown. A timeout called now for the pitch. No balls, 2 strikes is the count. And Noah Brown in the top of the 5th.
And it will start.
And another timeout called before the pitch.
Noah Brown's trying to get all the crowd noise. He's just trying to get settled in. 0-2 here, and going to see play ball here as Carson Buber comes set. 0-2.
The 0-2 grounded foul over into the Martinsburg dugout to stay alive. Trying to go back here on our YouTube stream to watch the replay of what just occurred as best as we can while waiting for this. And
yeah, I don't know. I mean,
hard to
it's
tell
something
in real
that
time.
Something that was up, and when the batter reacts, you can sell it. Noah Brown didn't react, but that's not, that's certainly not a reason to make a call or not make a call. The umpire had dead ball. First base umpire has foul ball, so we have an 0-2 pitch here.
The 0-2 low and away. Drop third strike, check swing. Brown did not go around, says the first base umpire, so it is a ball.
Brown
not a drop third strike, yes.
Brown got a little smile on his face. He checked swing, and I thought we was going to have Edwards chasing him around there for a minute, but ball one. One ball, 2 strikes.
Pitch. Fouled almost through the hole in the net. So count stays at 1-2. It is Hedgesville 2, Martinsburg 1. Here in the top of the 5th. Nick says that nearly killed him, so glad he's alive.
Noah Brown's going to continue to upset Carson Buber's timing here as he comes in. Going to force Buber to speed it up a little bit.
Pitch is lines. Jumping up and making the catch is Braden Oviedo. The shortstop steals what looked like was going to be a leadoff single for Noah Brown, and it's out number 1.
No. And, the hit by pitch overturned to a foul tip, and then the line drive to shortstop, and the 6'6" shortstop out there, but Oviedo jumps up, and I'm just talking about how far he jumped, his height.
Up to bat now is Pence. Curveball catches the zone from Buber for strike 1.
Oviedo reaches up there and keeps that ball from getting into center field for a single.
0-1. Fastball that's ripped into right field and down for a base hit by Pence. It's a 1-out single. No. Bobbled. Pence round second. Goes to second. The ball gets thrown away. Now he's going to third as nobody's covering the bag. The ball goes over to the Martinsburg dugout. And there you go. Throwing mistakes costly. Pence, what looked like was going to be a single, finds his way over to third.
So Pence, line drive into right field. Alter kicks it around and threw just to the right of left of the bag, and the throw was there in time. I mean, it would definitely have time. Oviedo reaches over to grab it and then make the tag, and when he did, it skipped on through. Didn't get a backup out there from left field. Allows the ball to get all the way to the fence as Ben Rasenweber had to retreat and get the ball, leaving third base open. Now you got a man on third, 1 out.
Now up to bat is Ian Wolf. First pitch to him is ball 1, top of the 5th, 1 out. Hedgesville 2, Martinsburg 1. Hedgesville with an insurance run 90 feet away as this one down the first baseline and fouled by Wolf for a strike. Another error for Martinsburg, the second today by the Bulldogs. Hooper sets the windup in the 1-1 to Wolf. Curveball that stays up and in. It's ball 2.
The 8th free base given up by Martinsburg. Probably 9 there as they give up second and third.
2-1 to Wolf. Big swing and a miss on the fastball. High and inside. Count 2-2. Here comes a big pitch. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out, runner on third. Buber sets. 2-2. Misses outside. The count now full at 3-2 to Wolf. You have the designated hitter, Connor Quinn, on deck. Infield for Martinsburg slightly in. Payoff pitch. Just outside. It's ball 4. Ian Wolf walk his way down the first. 1 out. Runners on the corners now for Hedgesville.
First and third here. See how Hedgesville play it. As Martinsburg will give the first and third defense here. As Connor Quinn comes in. The middle will probably move back in double play depth. As the corners will stay up, trying to, something hits sharply to them, they'll go home. Connor Quinn, if he hits one sharply to the middle infield, could turn and double play. Not much for his speed, more for his batting average and his ability to swing the bat. And so here we have Martinsburg having to decide whether or not they're going to throw down if they go.
First pitch outside for ball 1. And I know he's your cleanup hitter, but do you think about potentially trying to catch Martinsburg off guard and maybe squaring up the bunt, get the runner in? 2-1 ball game.
Certainly
Pitch
possibility.
Outside, it's count 1-1 now to Quinn.
Hedgesville is okay to kind of stay, not run, maybe waiting for Carson to throw a strike.
1-1, big swing and a miss. Strike 2. Quinn steps back in here against Carson Buber. Buber looks over at Wolf at first. Slightly checks the runner at third. Sets. Wind up and the pitch. Just fouled off and over the glove of Braden Edwards from Quinn, keeping the count at 1-2.
Big spot here. As, base hit here could give him some insurance. Run strike out here would get Martinsburg away from wiggling out of it. So huge showdown here.
1-2 swing and a miss on the curveball for strike 3. Down goes Connor Quinn for out number 2 in the top of the 5th. Still runners on the corners for Hedgesville. They lead Martinsburg 2-1. Now up to bat, Evan Williams.
Williams has walked and struck out here tonight. So Hedgesville first and third, 2 outs. Buber 1 pitch away from getting out of that man on third. That single that turned into a Little League triple.
First pitch to Williams, low and away for ball 1.
Carson Buber creeping up on 90 pitches here in the 5th.
1-0. Popped up. Foul. First strike.
Still 7 outs to get, so we will probably see the bullpen, before it's over with here tonight.
Runners on the corners. 2 out, top of the 5th. Take their leads. Pitch from Buber. Curveball fouled into the backstop. The count now 1 ball and 2 strikes to Williams.
Got to be careful here that you don't dunk anything if you're Buber. Williams has got doesn't want to go down swinging or looking. He needs to get the ball in play, force Martinsburg to at least make a play here as they're back against the wall a bit here defensively. First and third and 2 outs. Wolf has opted to stay at second throughout these last 2 at bats.
A 1-2 breaking ball that does not get Williams to chase, so the count 2-2.
Great block there by Edwards as that ball gets through. The insurance run comes in.
Yep, it's Pence at third, Wolf at first for Hedgesville. 2-2. Curveball. Did he get it? No. Check swing did not go. Aaron Byler out of the dugout. They already checked to the first base umpire, and he said no. So the count full at 3-2 as Byler furious with that call. Standing outside of the dugout now.
Yeah, that one definitely didn't go Martinsburg's way as Williams looked like he had went around, he'd had a pretty good cut at it, but, Home plate umpire says no. First base umpire says no. We're going to see a 3-2 pitch. Wolves should take off.
3-2 swing and a miss. Strike 3. Carson Buber steps up on the mound for the Bulldogs with runners on the corners and strikes out Quinn and Williams back-to-back. Destrayan 2. We're headed to the bottom of the 5th. Still Hedgesville 2, Martinsburg 1. This is West Virginia High School playoff baseball on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10.
Welcome to CMA's Honda of Winchester, where you can drive an award-winning lineup of new and certified pre-owned Hondas, Accords, Civics, CRVs, HRVs, and more at CMA's Honda of Winchester. Owners just care more. Welcome to CMA's Honda of Winchester, where you can drive an award-winning lineup of new and certified pre-owned Hondas, Accords, Civics, CRVs, HRVs, and more at CMA's Honda of Winchester. Owners just care more.
Republican Wayne Clark, your delegate for West Virginia's 99th District. Income tax cuts for all West Virginians? Wayne delivered. School choice for kids and families? Wayne delivered. Protecting our kids from online predators? Wayne delivered. Republican Wayne Clark has worked to pass some of the most conservative policies in our state, protecting the rights of the unborn and our Second Amendment rights, bringing good-paying jobs for West Virginians. Vote to re-elect Wayne Clark in the Republican primary on May 14th. Paid for by Wayne Clark for West Virginia.
Welcome you back to P.O. Faulkner Park as we head to bottom of the 5th inning. Brought to you by the Wagner Law Firm, West Virginia's premier DUI defense attorney. Visit WestVirginiaDUILawyers.com. For Carson Buber, he's at 94 pitches for Martinsburg now. I believe I got out of those 94 pitches, 58 of them for strikes is due up for Martinsburg in the bottom of the 5th. Is Jameer Brown after his at-bat in the bottom of the 4th ended due to caught stealing by Braden Miller to end the inning. First pitch to Brown misses for ball 1, so the count 1-0. Pitch from Elliott. Off speed that Brown lets go by. It's strike, so the count 1-1. Elliott, 64 pitches entering this inning, so this is pitch 67, and it's a check swing by Brown. Did he go? He did, says the first base umpire, so the count 1-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes as fans continued to become more and more irritated depending on which way the calls go here.
They're hanging on it. They're hanging on it, that's for sure.
1-2 high for ball 2.
Yeah, as we get deeper into the game, we knew he was going to start seeing some more, hearing some more of the fans both ways, as these fans are passionate about the game and hope to keep it clean.
2-2 from Elliott to Brown, misses for ball 3. Full.
What's missing in all of this drama and emotion, all this stuff, is how well these two teams have played each other and how great the pitching has been, on both sides. And,
3-2. Called strike 3. Brown goes down looking for out number 1. And that's the 3rd strikeout for Mason Elliott, and the first we've seen since the 2 from Buber and Oviedo in the bottom of the 1st.
Yeah, so Everhart here in the bottom of the order. He's the kind of guy who can get on. Mason needs to continue.
He swings through the first pitch. It's a soft grounder to the shortstop. Noah Brown. His throw to first almost pulled Mason Carter off the bag, but he's able to extend out, make the catch, and it's 1 pitch for out number 2.
Nice play by Noah Brown. Noah Brown knows how quick that Everhart will try to get down that line. Noah Brown comes up throwing. Threw one just a little bit offline. Thought possibly could have pulled Carter, but he held. Again, it's long and lanky over there at first base.
Brings up Isaac Grove, top of the lineup for Martinsburg. First pitch from Elliott to Grove, up and in for a ball. Grove, the only run that is scored today for Martinsburg as they trail 2-1, and he'll have a hard grounder in between shortstop and third in the left field. It's a 2-out single, the bottom of the 5th for Grove and Martinsburg.
Grove, the one guy, the bright spot in the offense, of course, as Reisenweber has the bloop single. He's got a single through there, and a couple other. Edwards has a single, but he's the guy who's willed himself around the bases here and give the Martinsburg the run. So at the moment, Buber, the last time, just missed hitting the ball out of the park when he caught that fly ball up a little, caught that ball and got it up a little bit, but certainly, opportunity here for Martinsburg to hit and run, or at least you don't quite hit and run with 2 outs, but at least if Grove gets started, might be able to find something in the gap. And
first pitch down the third baseline and way foul. That had some distance though to it off Buber's bat.
Yeah, Buber's jumped on that second time. He kind of sat there, sitting on a fastball, hunted it, found it, just got out in front of it.
No balls, 1 strike, runner on first, 2 outs, bottom of the 5th. Elliott on the mound for Hedgesville. Buber up the bat for Martinsburg. The pitch. Caught a strike as Buber just freezes and lets it go by. Oh-2. Elliott checks the runner. The pitch. Lined just past the glove of Austin Mariner, the third baseman, into left field. Grove, round second, heads to third. The throw in time. The tag, though, in time as well. Grove is out at third to end the inning. Great throw by Cash Dunham in left field after bobbling it to still get it to Manor in time to end the 5th inning and keep it at Hedgesville 2, Martinsburg 1. We're headed to the 6th. On the other side of this 1-minute break, this is West Virginia High School Playoff Baseball on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10.
How can you live more fully during a serious illness? Dottie tells how Hospice of the Panhandle helped her family.
My brother Speedy became the base commander after he had been in the Air Guard for a few years and then became a general. He was the type of guy that would take people under his wing. Speedy developed a form of brain cancer, and he ended up coming to Hospice of the Panhandle, and he wanted to be around his friends, and Hospice of the Panhandle made that possible. He had over 200 visitors when he was here, and one of Speedy's last wishes was to fly over the Shenandoah Valley, and Hospice of the Panhandle helped me make that possible for him. I don't think there was one person that didn't bend over backwards to make sure that my brother was comfortable, and they would ask me, "How are you doing?" Hospice of the Panhandle, thank you so much for treating us like family.
Live on with expert care from Hospice of the Panhandle. Learn more at hospiceotp.org or call 304-264-0406.
Top of the 6th inning, brought to you by Parsons Ford at 1400 Shepherdstown Road and online at ParsonsFord.com. They became number 1 by making you number 1 first. Parsons, overhearing your conversation there, and it was something that it was in the back of my mind, Tripp, and I wasn't 100% sure, but you're talking with Rick Koslowski behind us, and it does honestly make sense that there probably wasn't just one error that allowed Pence to, on the single, head to third, but actually 2 errors, the bobble and then the throw.
Yes, unfortunately, I mean, it's going to get, it's going to be 2, even though I believe that the bobble that allowed him to try to take second, I think he recovered to make the throw. Unfortunately, the throw went wild, so you get the bobble and then you get the throw. And I'm not sure it was wild. I just think maybe Ovi pulled the glove a little early, maybe, because it looked like he just was going to pull and snatch it, drop a tag, but backup not there caused everything to go kind of haywire. But a couple, even a mental error, a couple physical errors on that play, got that man to third, but Buber worked his way out of it.
So now up the bat's Cash Dunham as the pitch from Buber. Called a strike, so I misspoke earlier when I said that Martinsburg only has 2 errors. They have 3.
They got a few.
The 0-1. Called strike 2.
Beginning there for Elliott there in the 5th is got the strikeout in the 6-3. Then got the 2 base hits, and his defense come up for him, big for him there as Martinsburg was starting to solve the riddle that is Mason Elliott here tonight. Oviedo was on deck, and when Dunham bobbled, Grove took the opportunity to take off and make a perfect throw, which Cash Dunham did.
0-2. Just misses outside as Buber upset that he didn't get that call. Count 1-2. Maybe just catch the edge of the
I'm not sure how much outfield Cash has played this year, but tonight he's done a great job out there.
1-2, he swings and misses. It's a drop, third strike. The throw over to first gets the out.
Buber with another strikeout.
So, yeah, that's the third straight strikeout for Carson Buber then.
Now batting number 15.
Which means he has 2, 4, 5, 6, 7 strikeouts tonight. Only giving up 2 hits to Hedgesville, but finds him and his team down 2-1. Pitch, big swing and a miss. Is up to bat now is Carter. Strike 1.
I think Carter's the guy here with the only extra base hit of the night, as the base hits haven't come in bunches. That's for sure.
Yep.
Hedgesville once again in a 1-run game late in the game. I think their 4th night in a row, isn't it?
Also, yes, that's the curveball Carter thought was about to hit him, so he kind of ducked and dipped and dodged out of the way. No balls, 2 strikes.
Martinsburg also finding himself in familiar territory, down 2-1 to Hedgesville late in the game. They were able to pull away. See if Hedgesville can slam the door this time, or if Martinsburg can replicate what they did.
This pitch, fastball that misses outside, so the count 1-2. Step back into the right-handed box against Carson Buber. He shakes off the first pitch from Edwards. Likes the next pitch call. Here comes the 1-2, and it's up and ball 2. Carter up the bat. Miriam on deck. Carter back in the box. Adjusts his helmet on top of his head. Buber sets. The 2-2 pitch, curveball on the inside corner, and called strike 3 for out number 2, the 4th strikeout in a row for Carson Buber.
Buber is at 104 pitches here against Trinarium. Could be his last batter. 110 is the pitch max, as here he is in after 5 2/3. Trying to get through the 6th, maybe give way to a closer in the 7th. If certainly going to give way to someone, but whether it's a close situation or not remains to be seen.
First pitch swinging is Canarium. He fouls it over out of play on the first base side for strike number 1. Canarium reached base on an error his first time up, walked his last time up, so he's reached base both times. 0-1 count, 2 outs, nobody on. This pitch outside, so the count now 1-1.
Buber is on a tear right now after the walk to Ian Wolf. He struck out, and then after the Little League triple in the walk.
This pitch fouled off the face mask of the catcher, Braden Edwards. The ooze of the fans in attendance.
So after the single by Landon Pinstead, it landed him on third after Martinsburg threw the ball around. Ian Wolf was walked. Since then, Buber has gotten Quinn, Williams, Dunham, and Carter, all 3 striking out.
Yep, and he's 1 strike away from his 5th straight strikeout. That's what I meant, is this pitch close. But the plate umpire says missed for ball 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Lineup and the pitch. And it's fouled off by Canarium.
And this will be Buber's last batter, as he is going to reach his pitch limit here, I believe, if game changers are correct.
2-2 curveball, called strike 3, make it the 5th straight by number 5, Carson Buber. So he strikes out the side to end the bottom of the 6th and most likely end his evening as well, keeping it Hedgesville 2, Martinsburg 1. We're headed to the bottom of the 6th on the other side of this 1-minute break. This is West Virginia High School Playoff Baseball on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10.
I served 40 years protecting America, and I deployed from the Middle East to Africa. I never thought I'd see our own homeland invaded. Joe Biden opened our borders to Mexican cartels, Chinese fentanyl, and illegals from all over. We're supposed to be a superpower, and we can't stop an invasion on our own soil? Send a war fighter to Congress. I'll stand with President Trump to finish this wall and take our country back. I'm Chris Walker, and I approve this message.
Finally, West Virginia is moving in the right direction. As your West Virginia Senate President, Craig Blair has passed the most conservative legislative agenda in the nation. He has fought for our values like banning elective abortions, protecting our Second Amendment rights, and prevented boys from playing in girls' sports. Senator Craig Blair championed the largest tax cut in the history of our state. Craig Blair, a strong conservative leader. Promises made, promises kept. This election, vote for Republican Craig Blair for State Senate. Paid for by the committee to re-elect Craig Blair.
Welcome you back now as we head to the bottom of the 6th inning, brought to you by WVU Medicine. Berkeley and Jefferson Medical Centers, leading healthcare here and everywhere. Most likely for Martinsburg, Carson Buber's day done. I think he has to be done, right? 110 pitches is the limit, and that's exactly what he's at. So his final line will be 6 innings pitched of 2-hit baseball, giving up 2 runs, neither earned, 2 walks, 1 hit by pitch, 9 strikeouts.
And 5 of his last 5 batters. 9 of those strikeouts. Yep. Once they Pence got to third base and then the walk to Wolf, he struck out the next 5 to keep this game at 2-1. So started a little slow, finished really strong. And right now Mason Elliott has just been slow and steady. He's done anything real spectacular. Throwing the ball over the plate, forced Martinsburg to swing their way on base.
And his first pitch to Braden Oviedo is taken for strike 1.
And the defense has made a couple really nice plays.
0-1. Sent down the first base side and out of play. Foul for strike 2 from Oviedo. So that's pitch number 78 for Mason Elliott. So he still has plenty left before the 110 limit, as the 0-2 to Oviedo just misses on the outside for a ball. Count 1-2 to Ovi.
A little too close for comfort there, as that pitch has been a 50-50 pitch tonight.
Yeah. 1-2, this time more outside than the last, so the count 2-2.
Martinsburg down to 6 outs.
2-2. Eye for ball 3 as Oviedo continues to let pitches go by and by after he fouled that one off to make the count 0-2.
Yeah, he's worked his way from the 0-2 count to 3-2.
Elliott sets the payoff pitch, fouled off by Oviedo, keeping the count at 3-2, and will reset for the leadoff here in the bottom of the 6th for Martinsburg, who trails Hedgesville 2-1. If Christian Alter on deck, ready to go for the Bulldogs. So Elliott sets on the mound for Hedgesville. The windup in the 3-2 outside for ball 4 to lead off walk, putting the tying run for Martinsburg on first.
Got a feeling you might see a bunt. You're going to see Derek Snyder come, call timeout, come.
Yep, he'll go out and meet with his pitcher, Mason Elliott. After that at-bat resulted in 7 pitches, which means he's at 83 total.
That'll give him 27 to go, so he's, unless he has a 27 pitches from here, he'll see the 7th, as he has pitched rather clean.
Yep. We now start to see some action going out into the Hedgesville bullpen to begin during that mound visit. Can't tell who it is because it looks like got a hoodie or something on. No, that's the person that's protecting him. My apologies, but I still can't see the number of the pitcher warming up.
Based on features, I think it's Letts, Bradley Letts.
Okay. It's Christian Alter up to bat against Mason Elliott. First pitch, he squares to bunt, and it's foul over the left-handed batter's box for strike 1.
We've seen tonight multiple times in both teams. I think Hedgesville a little more than Martinsburg, I believe, is they squared a bunt, but they squared a bunt and they're running as they're bunting like they're trying to get on base, and it's just not a really. You just need to stand in there and square up and bunt and get the bunt down, move the guy over and do your job. That's all you got to do here. You're not trying to really get on base.
Pickoff attempt over to first, Oviedo, and safely. And I believe you're correct. That is Letts out there, I think. I saw a 16 on the back of his jersey.
Okay.
So that is Letts warming up for Hedgesville. No balls, 1 strike to Alter. Nobody out, runner on first. He squares to bunt and kind of just tried his best to put it down the first baseline and tried too hard. It was a ball that he moved the bat up to foul off for the strike.
He's got to stay focused now and try to, do what he can to move this runner or get himself on base here. But 2 bunt attempts. That second one was a curveball, then he kind of gave up on, then he seems going to drop in, so he tried for it, and after that, fouled it off as well.
Elliott, 0-2 pitch, curveball, missing for a ball. Count 1-2. Aaron Byler continues to call out the numbers for the man on base, Oviedo and Christian Alter, to check their wristbands.
Alter flew out to right field twice tonight.
A 1-2, he fouls off into the backstop. Count remains at 1-2.
Alter seems to be leaning a little bit up the third base side. He's generally a back up the middle guy, but he seems to be pulling off a little bit here. And but still hitting the ball to the right side. So if you're going to go that way, you kind of need to, stay centered and not kind of fall off to the left side if you're going to hit to the right side.
1-2. The high fly ball into right center field. Running for it's Ian Wolf, and he makes... He dropped it! He dropped it! Oviedo around second, heads to third. Alter goes to second. The throw not in time, and 2 runners in scoring position now with nobody out in the bottom of the 6th for Martinsburg.
I don't know if Wolf lost it in the lights there or what happened, but he had gathered it up. And good job there by Oviedo as he was, just kind of tracking it. He's, he was going to retreat, but when he seen the ball drop, he carried on through and into second. And then Alter running on the plate goes all the way to second. You got Rasenweber now with the opportunity to give Martinsburg a 1-run lead on the error by the right fielder. That's crucial at the moment, but first you got to get the first run in. Can't worry about the second run.
Infield for Hedgesville, in on the green part of the infield turf to represent the infield grass. Runners on second and third. Up to bat, Ben Reisenweber. Pitch from Elliott. Reisenweber lets go by it, strike 1.
Martinsburg with a golden opportunity to, if nothing else, tie the ball game here. Got to watch getting doubled off on a line drive.
1 fouled and right up towards our window for strike 2. Good thing the net and the window's there for us.
It would have come right on your head. Took some glass out for you.
I think John might have saved me, even though his hands are in his pockets. He's
Reisenweber,
quick, he says so. I trust him.
Got a bloop single tonight.
No balls, 2 strikes. The 0-2 on the outside. It's a ball. 1-2 to Ben Reisenweber.
Reisenweber, young man, doesn't get shook much. I don't see him being too shook up there. He's going to go in there. He's going to look for a pitch to hit and drive.
Pitch. Sent into center field, and it's Landon Pence underneath it, making the catch for the out. They'll send a throw home. Oviedo tags up, slides, and he's safe. We're tied at 2 apiece in the bottom of the 6th.
Unbelievable throw by Pence as he made it close. Most outfielders in this level, at the ball that deep, it's not even close. He threw a strike to home plate, and it was a very exciting play there as, at that point, I thought it was going to be an easy sack fly, but Pence and Canarium really made it tough on Ovies. He had to go in head first and, slide to the outside as we have a very exciting ending here once again as we find ourselves in a 2-2 ball game, and much like we did the other night as, we ended up in the 9th inning in 2-2 after things got tied up. So.
Owen Rubenthal off the bat, runner on second, 1 out. Pitch from Elliott, missed for ball 1.
Elliott pitch count now starting to climb a little bit as he gets into the 94, I believe, as Bradley Letts warms up out there.
1-0. Lines and caught by the second baseman, Evan Williams. Throw to second, not in time to double him up. What a snag by Evan Williams, stealing that one, which most likely would have potentially led to that go-ahead run at second.
Yeah, great job by Evan Williams. Great contact there by, line drive by Owen Rubenthal. But really great read by Alter because Alter's thinking if that thing gets in the grass, I've got to score. And so you think he would be leaning the other way, but he retreated and didn't get doubled off there. So great job by by everyone all around there.
Now up the bat, Braden Edwards.
They're going to put Edwards
and
on.
They're going to intentionally walk him, so.
It's not a bad call there. Edwards got a base hit.
Runners on first and second. 2 out.
Brown has walked and struck out tonight. They're going to get a courtesy runner for the catcher. So the error has allowed Martinsburg to get runners on second and third. And then the sacrifice fly by Ben Reisenweber, even after a tremendous throw from Pence, allows Martinsburg to tie things up. Jameer Brown coming to the plate. Walk and a strikeout tonight. Opportunity to be a hero here if you can find the grass out there.
Pitch from Mason Elliott to Brown is high for ball 1.
Elliott at 96 pitches now as Letts continues to warm. 2 outs here in the bottom of the 6th.
Kind of looks like Letts is just done standing over in the bullpen waiting to go back as this pitch caught a strike from Elliott. So count to Brown 1-1. You got 4 people out in the Hedgesville bullpen just standing watching.
Yeah, good view out there.
It's the 1-1. Outside for ball 2 to Brown. Got Everhart on deck. Runners on first and second. Score now 2-2 between Hedgesville and Martinsburg in the bottom of the 6th. Elliott sets. Pitch up and in. Almost hit Brown. Kind of just lean backwards. So the count 3 balls and 1 strike.
2 pitches here for Jameer to pick from. He's got to be sitting on something. His pitch, he's got to be seeing it. He's got to be right where he wants it to swing. If not, lives for another day.
3-1 fouled off by Brown into the backstop, so the count full. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Runners on first and second for Martinsburg. They have tied it here in the bottom of the 6th at 2-2, trying to take the lead, force Hedgesville to its final 3 outs. Mason Elliott trying to keep it tied.
Runners will move. That'll get the runner started. Watch the pick. As they'll
timeout called first.
Good
Take a deep
to
breath,
pick.
everybody.
Everybody's going to take a deep breath. 3-2, 2 outs. Runners are going to move. You know, you hear the coach tell him, wait till he gets to the plate. You know, number 9 batter, Keegan Everhart on deck.
And another time as Mason Elliott this time calls it, stepping off the mound.
Christian Alter at second. Braden Miller at first are going to get moving on the pitch. Going to watch see.
3-2. Fly ball, center field, running in is Pence, and he's going to be called off by Evan Williams, the second baseman, who makes the catch for the final out of the bottom of the 6th. However, Martinsburg is able to cross 1, tie it up at 2-2, so we're headed to the 7th at that. We're back in a minute. This is West Virginia High School Playoff Baseball here on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10.
The Classical Christian Academy at Bethel is helping create extraordinary futures.
So we've seen improvements in our boys on the, as I said, arithmetic, reading and writing.
I worked in the county, I worked in public school, and that's what I knew. And I knew I wanted to be able to give her more. So I would recommend this to anyone.
You know, our daughter has thrived here. The family-like environment is exactly what she needed.
The Classical Christian Academy at Bethel in Martinsburg, equipping children to lead lives of significant impact.
Not sure where to go or who to trust with your flooring project? And start with Trips Flooring, proudly serving the area for more than 25 years, specializing in floor sanding and refinishing, along with installation of new flooring, including hardwood, tile, vinyl, laminate, carpet, and the hottest trend in flooring, luxury vinyl tile and luxury vinyl plank. Are you on a budget? Check out their warehouse, cash and carry, or call 304-229-7009, or visit them online at tripsfloorsanding.com. Welcome you back to P.L. Faulkner Park. It is the AAA Region 2 Section 1 Championship, and we're headed to the final inning of regulation, the top of the 7th. Brought to you by Hagerstown Ford, revolutionizing the car buying experience. Go to FordAHagerstown.com. It's Martinsburg and Hedgesville tied up at 2-2. And we have a pitching change as the Trumpets Blair, and Martinsburg. Braden Oviedo on the mound for the Bulldogs, trying to hold it at 2 apiece. Pitching changes brought to you by Smallwood and Small Insurance in Martinsburg. Your total insurance solution at 121 Administrative Drive in Martinsburg. Call 304-263-3361. It's a straight swap, I believe, between Buber and Oviedo, between shortstop and the pitcher's mound. For those, I'll let you go first. Sorry, Trey.
I say it's going to. I mean, we've played each team's played the 2-2 tie. Each team has their 9-1-2 guys coming up in the ninth, and both teams look like they've. Or excuse me, 7th.
Remember, it's high school. Yeah. We're not to the 9th yet. That happened a few days ago.
It looks like we may be into both teams' bullpens. So
Oviedo first pitch. It's swung, popped up by Manor. Underneath it's the second baseman, Everhart, and he makes the catch. 1 pitch, 1 out to start off the top of the 7th. By the way, what I was about to say, for those wondering, pitch count for Mason Elliott, exactly at 100 pitches, according to what I have here.
Right.
59 of them for strikes.
He's got 10 left as he's been slow and steady here tonight and just doing his job as he's really held Martinsburg's bats in check. And I don't believe that would be I'm not sure if that's an earned run on him or not. I haven't.
Scoring the bunt is the leadoff batter in the lineup, Noah Brown. It's fouled down the third base side for a strike.
He's got 1 earned run according to Game Changer. Not always right, but 5 hits, 2 runs, 1 earned, 3 strikeouts, 3 walks.
So, you got 1 out, 0-1 count to Brown. Nobody on base. Brown.
Buber's night ended on a 6 innings, 6 complete, 2 hits, 2 runs, 9 strikeouts. As Brown fouls this one back.
Count 0-2. Brown is 0 for 3 today. He grounded out to third, struck out looking, and then lined out to shortstop. His last time up in the 5th.
Takes his time in there, forces the pitcher to wait on him. He disrupts pitcher's timing a little bit. He's an incredible athlete.
The 0-2. Oviedo throws and let it slip. It goes behind Brown, who ducked out of the way.
If it wouldn't have been so close to his head, he probably just wears it, but
yes,
way too far up to just stand there and turn and take that one.
No, that's understandable.
Yeah.
Even with the helmet. So the 1-2, he lets go by, and Edwards thought it was strike 3. He was ready to throw it around the diamond, but the home plate umpire calls it a ball. So count 2-2 to Brown.
Yeah, generally the catchers know what's. You'll see their reaction. They've been with the umpire all night long. So, fooled Edwards.
So the 2-2, Oviedo's pitch, breaking ball that misses outside. So the count now full to Noah Brown at 3-2.
Big pitch here, leadoff batter here with speed, even though there's 1 out.
Payoff pitch, fastball. It's ball 4 on the outside part of the plate. Again, Braden Edwards thought it was strike 3. He was ready to throw it around the diamond for the second time this at bat, but it's a walk issued by Oviedo. Noah Brown, go-ahead run for Hedgesville in this 2-2 ball game. Walks down to first, and now up the bat is Landon Pence.
Hedgesville has 2 hits. Pence has 1 of them. Carter has the other. Pence with that line drive into right that squirted around, and he ended up on third. Brown with a lot of speed.
Pick-off attempt. Tag, no, not in time. It was very close over at first.
Definitely potential for a steal here with Noah Brown as he has that speed.
Retake his lead. Oviedo sets. Pitch. Fouled, and the bat goes into the net. Good thing that's there, otherwise it would go into the crowd.
Ball went back to us, and the bat went into the Martinsburg crowd as he Pence lost it there. And he was surprised as anybody as he wondered where it went, but he turned it loose.
Yeah, everybody's okay. The bat hit the top of the net. And otherwise, it might be in the air fryer or whatever in the concession stand.
It went flying.
Fried baseball bat. How much do you think that costs?
Yeah, well, the baseball bats aren't cheap nowadays.
That's true.
Before you fry them.
No balls, 1 strike to Pence. Runner on first, 1 out, and Pence now going to call time, run over to the dugout. Not sure what's going on.
He's going to get some new batting gloves.
Ah, that's what it is.
He's just not feeling good about it.
So,
Unless
he wasn't wearing any.
He's going to get at least one.
Yeah. So, we're going to pause to allow him to put on actually 2 batting gloves. It looked like he had 1, but he has 2.
So we got Noah Brown on first after getting behind in the count twice. Braylon Edwards thought maybe they had him struck out as he come out of the crouch to throw to third, but ultimately Brown draws a walk. He's getting a good lead out there. He's a steal threat. Hedgesville's in a good spot.
Another pickoff attempt over to first, and safe. It's Brown. Not as close as the last time, but still close nonetheless. Oviedo looks at the runner, now sets.
Going.
Runner goes. It's a hit and run as this lines and almost taking out a few Hedgesville players and almost towards our camera over there on the first base side into the stands.
I think someone must have fielded it cleanly because it come right back in.
Down 0-2.
I've seen someone throw it.
Yeah.
I'm glad it didn't hit no one over there as it sliced into their crowd. Noah Brown was off and moving on that. That could have been exciting had that ball gotten into the right field corner or out to Alter.
So count 0-2 to Pence. Pitch from Oviedo. And that's lined in between first and second into right field for a base hit. Now runners on first and second for Hedgesville, threatening in the top of the 7th with 1 out.
Yeah, Pence is a tough out. You know, he swings the bat. Like I said on the broadcast a couple of times, he's just short and straight to the ball. He doesn't do anything. You know, he uses bat speed and just a simple A to B swing. Nothing crazy. No big backswing. No huge, overswing, and just stays within himself. And in whatever count it is, and it's a great base hit number 2 guy for this team all year long.
Now up to bat, Ian Wolf. Pitch right down the middle from Oviedo for strike 1.
Now Hedgesville has a go-ahead run at second. 1 out. Martinsburg looking to turn a double play possibly.
The 0-1 pitch. Same spot. It's strike 2 as Wolf lets it go by. Oviedo adjusts his hair.
Like Pence, down 0-2.
Puts his glove back on. Sets. Looks at the runner behind him. The 0-2 pitch, fastball. And it's called strike 3. Wolf goes down looking on 3 straight strikes for a big out number 2. And now, up the bat, the designated hitter, Connor Quinn.
So Oviedo, who's came back there after walking Brown, giving up the single to Pence, is a pitch away from getting out of this, and Hedgesville is a hit away from getting go-ahead run on.
Sweeping curve, fools Quinn for strike 1.
Oviedo's pounding the zone at the moment, and it's a very tense moment as everyone's starting to hang on every pitch here. We're getting into the 7th.
Another one, big swing and a miss from Quinn for strike 2. Is that had even more movement than the last to force Quinn to chase?
He chased it all right. He chased it.
Yeah, that went to the opposite batter's box.
Yeah, he wasn't close. He had went ahead and decided as that ball was left halfway to the plate, he was swinging at that one, and he got fooled.
Another 0-2, the pitch from Oviedo, and it's high and way foul over the first base side, keeping the count at 0-2. Sounded good off the bat. Everybody held their breath, waiting to see where it was going, and went foul. No balls, 2 strikes. Runners at first and second for Hedgesville. Pitch from Oviedo. Another fouled off by Quinn. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Oviedo finding a lot of the plate here with 2 strikes, getting the ball. He's got multiple pitches to waste here a little bit. Certainly don't want to get in the dirt, but definitely doesn't want to get it to something that Quinn can square up. Quinn's looking to protect the plate.
The 0-2 misses outside, the count 0-2. Apologies for those tuned in on TV 10, our YouTube stream, for the kind of green line to the left side being shown on the screen. Trying to quickly fix that here.
1-2
runners
count.
on first and second.
2
1-2
outs.
count with 2 outs. The pitch from Oviedo. Grounded foul down the first baseline. So we fixed the camera for you. That was very close. Keeping the count at 1-2.
Flynn did a nice job after being fooled on a couple pitches to hang in there. Oviedo is kind of going for the strikeout, I believe, when he probably needs to stay away from the batter a little bit. You don't want, you've got, not this, you don't have first base open, but there is a base open. If something happened, then you would have, it's not the end of the world, but you certainly want to not find a lot of the plate.
1-2 fastball, swing and a miss, strike 3. Connor Quinn is out. Oviedo back-to-back Ks. Strands 2, and we're headed to the bottom of the 7th. Hedgesville 2, Martinsburg 2. Bulldogs with an opportunity to walk it off and win the section on the other side of this 1-minute break. This is West Virginia High School Baseball on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10.
Most insurance companies see you as a claim number. Most law firms see you as a case file. When their top priority is their bottom line, you only get a fraction of the attention that you deserve. At the law firm of Burke, Schultz, Harmon & Jenkinson, it's personal. We listen to our clients to see the whole picture, because every part of you is important. For a team built on relationships and results, call Burke, Schultz, Harmon & Jenkinson at 304 Lawyers, or visit us at burkeandschultz.com.
Mommy, where does flavor come from?
Well, when people love food, they cook it on a Traeger grill. Meat, corn, even pie. And then the Traeger does the rest, which brings everyone to celebrate this beautiful thing that they've created. Because when you share delicious food with your friends, that's the flavor of life.
Shop now and save at Orsini's today.
We welcome you back. Bottom of the 7th inning, brought to you by Trips Flooring. Not sure where to go, who to trust with your flooring needs? Call Trips Flooring at 304-229-7009 or online at tripsfloorsanding.com. Everhart, Grove, Buber, the 9-1-2 batters due up for Martinsburg in this 2-2 ball game between the Hedgesville Eagles and the Martinsburg Bulldogs. And another instant classic between these two cross-county rivals, and it's for the AAA Region 2 Section 1 championship.
Yeah, one for Fab going into right field, so it looks like Ian Wolf has been replaced at the moment. Ian can certainly re-enter, but at the moment we have caught, I think, Kason Plogger playing the right field, and Ian Wolf will take the inning off here.
At first pitch to Everhart from Elliott, high for ball 1. Yep, Kason Plogger out and right as the next pitch catches the zone. The count 1-1.
Elliott's at 102, so Martinsburg probably looking to try to take a few pitches, maybe see if we could.
1-1 called strike 2 as Everhart lets it go by.
I'm not sure if that didn't bounce, did it? Or did it fall off his glove?
It fell out of his glove,
oh.
Yeah.
Caught the glimpse of it there.
1-2, Elliott sets the pitch to Everhart.
Outside, now that one bounced.
Count 2-2. Yes, that one bounced, but it might have been off his chest protector. I don't know. Still hit turf, for sure. So, new baseball's given.
I can see into the future I need to stay, within myself. I need to stay.
Yeah, don't tell us the ending. This is too exciting, Trip, if you can see the future.
You guys are watching it. I'm watching it live. You're watching it online.
2-2. Pitch outside. It's ball 3 to Everhart.
So, after the controversial pitch that we talked about there, he works it to full.
Yep, 3-2 outside. It's ball 4, and the winning run heads over to first for Martinsburg to lead things off in the bottom of the 7th. Now the top of the lineup up to bat for the Bulldogs, Isaac Grove. It looks like we will have a mound visit for Hedgesville first.
Mound visit.
That was 2 for 6 pitches. That at bat for Mason Elliott, which means he's at 106.
I think Carter warmed up with Les. Looks like Carter may come in to throw. Left-hander.
Yep, we're going to have a pitching change.
We'll see a pitching change. Maybe it's just going to be a straight swap between him and Elliott as Carter ditches his first baseman's glove for his pitcher's mitt. Looks like Elliott's going to ditch his pitcher's mitt for first baseman's glove.
So we'll step aside, take a 30-second break for all the changes that we're about to see for Hedgesville as Mason Elliott's day is done as he gets the handshakes from everybody in his dugout. Again, Hedgesville 2, Martinsburg 2, bottom of the 7th. This is West Virginia High School Playoff Baseball on Talk Radio, WRNR and TV 10.
We must re-elect Kent Leonhardt for our Commissioner of Agriculture. Kent has fought for our nation as a career Marine officer and is now fighting for our state. Kent is a nationally recognized agriculture leader and has saved farms and our orchards while improving the environment. West Virginia agriculture is growing with Kent. Choose proven leadership on May 14th. Elect Kent Leonhardt, Commissioner of Agriculture.
Paid for by Kent for WV, Kevin Scott Poe, Treasurer.
1, 3, 4 walks.
Carter's got.
And we are back here at P.O. Faulkner Park trying to count out what I can for the final numbers for Mason Elliott as his day out on the pitcher's mound is done, and Mason Carter will enter from first base. It looks like it's just a straight swap. Pitching changes brought to you by Smallwood and Small Insurance in Martinsburg, your total insurance solution at 121 Administrative Drive in Martinsburg. Call 304-263-3361. So Elliott finishes 6 innings, giving up 4 hits, struck out 3, walked 4 as that final walk is Everhart, who's at first here in the bottom of the 7th. Nobody out from Martinsburg, so can't give the final numbers for the runs and earned runs for Mason Elliott's final stat line.
So Carter comes in, for what I can tell, he's only thrown 5 innings this whole year. 1 win, 1 loss to his record. 8.4 ERA, 8 walks, 9 strikeouts. So getting deep into Hedgesville's bullpen here, but you know, I said a few weeks ago on the broadcast, he's a young man who was hit severely in the head in the batting cage, and was a traumatic injury that he's overcome. So to see him out there throwing it in a sectional game is just phenomenal, and it's just wonderful.
Up to bats Grove, he squares the bunt, pulls the bat back as the pitch from Mason Carter misses for ball 1.
So to be out there competing after what he suffered early in the fall and giving everyone a big scare is just it's just to praise the Lord that he is healthy enough to get out there and compete, and that there wasn't no long-standing effects from the injury that he suffered in that batting cage in that fateful day that he took a line drive off the skull area, head area. So here we are, man on first, nobody out. Martinsburg looking to bunt, maybe to move the runner over.
Yep, third baseman in, scoring the bunt. Grove, he pulls it back again, and it's outside. Count 2-0.
Yeah, at some point Carter's going to have to throw the ball down the middle and let Martinsburg get out here.
2 balls, no strikes. Runner on first. Grove squares to bunt, pulls it back, throw over to first, and caught in the rundown now is Everhart. He's going to slide into second, and he's safe! Pleading his case, saying that the tag was applied, is Hedgesville, trying to see, can't tell from here if that is Brown or Williams that was covering the bag.
Brown, and here comes Pence. They're going to pull Brown away. You know, he's trying. He keeps talking. He's saying he had it, and great play by Canarium. Caught, after two balls, you have to expect the ball. You got to read the ball down. Keegan Everhart made a mistake. Martinsburg able to capitalize on actually what is a mistake on Everhart's part. And, once he did get caught, he just took off, and that was that.
I believe the count is 3 balls, no strikes.
It's a 3-0 count.
Yep. See, maybe they just walk him. I don't know. Get a force out as the rain's starting to come down again here at P.O. Faulkner Park. Everybody getting in position. Here comes the 3-0 to Grove. It's high for ball 4. Grove walks. It's back-to-back walks by Hedgesville pitchers, and we have action again in the Eagles bullpen here in the bottom of the 7th. Nobody out. It's Hedgesville 2, Martinsburg 2. Martinsburg just has to score 1, and they're AAA Region 2 Section 1 champions.
Evan Williams coming in to settle down Carter. Carter's in, like I say, a very tough spot coming in. Not a lot of mound time this year. So they are going to, don't be surprised if Boober doesn't bunt. I mean, he's bunted all year. He's bunted it when it was his time to bunt. And right now you got to have Carter's got to throw strikes.
He squares the bunt, and he'll pop it over the press box for strike one. The senior starting pitcher today, great outing. Out on the mound, going 6 innings. Struck out 9, walked 2, hit a batter, gave up 2 runs. Neither of them were earned. He gave up 2 hits. Now he has an opportunity here to send the Bulldogs to regionals.
Yeah, I think you need to see if you can get, Carter's find his control. Certainly he's controls heart rate out there at this. Looks like he's certainly
pitch
good
from
to
Mason
go.
Carter to Boober outside. The count now 1-1 to Boober.
Carter doesn't seem to be too shook up in this situation. You'd think he'd come in, you'd be a little animated, but he's been pretty even keel this tournament. I mean, throughout the sectionals, throughout some very, dramatic times when emotion was running high, he seemed pretty even keel. So, good guy to have out there in that aspect.
Carter's on first and second. Nobody out. 1-1 count. Carter sends the pitch to Boober. Popped up over the first base side and foul. Count now 1-2 to Carson Boober. Winning run, Keegan Everhart for Martinsburg, who's at second. You have Isaac Grove, the base runner, at first. Both of them walked, one by Elliott, the other by Carter, here in the bottom of the 7th. Carter sets, looks at the runner behind him. Boober ready to go. Here's the 1-2. And it's low and in for ball 2.
That ball came from the lefty, comes across and comes in to the righty. He's got a big, tall stance out there, reaches out. That throw, ball come in and across the plate, across his body, excuse me.
The 2-2 to Boober. Up and in, almost hit Boober. It's ball 3. Rain continues to fall here in Martinsburg.
Drizzling, picking back up here. Carter walks around the mound, staying calm here. First baseman's still up, even as a 2-strike count. Still have Elliott way up in the box.
3 balls, 2 strikes, nobody out. Carson Boober up to bat. The pitch from Carter, and it hits the foot of Carson Boober. It puts him over to first. And the bases are loaded for Martinsburg with nobody out. All they need is 1 to end it. Now it looks like we're going to have another Hedgesville pitching change first here. So quickly, Mason Carter's going to be taken out after back-to-back batters walked. So we'll step aside, take a 30-second break. It's Hedgesville 2, Martinsburg 2. This is West Virginia High School playoff baseball here on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10.
More Capito has a clear immigration plan.
Law enforcement will deport illegals, and fentanyl dealers will face life in prison.
A clear plan on taxes.
As governor, I'll cut the state income tax completely, and it will attract more companies and more jobs to West Virginia.
And More Capito wrote the bill banning puberty blockers for children, while Morrissey got rich lobbying for the puberty blocker companies. More Capito has a few words for Morrissey.
California's that way.
Welcome back here to P.O. Faulkner Park. Another pitching change for the Hedgesville Eagles in this do-or-die game for them. Pitching change brought to you by Small One and Small Insurance in Martinsburg, your total insurance solution at 121 Administrative Drive in Martinsburg. Call 304-263-3361. As now pitching for Hedgesville, number 16, Bradley Letts, out on the mound, trying to somehow, some way, make sure no runs score. And it's going to be a tough one for Hedgesville, because Martinsburg here in this 2-2 ball game at home has the bases loaded with nobody out. And up the bat is Braden Oviedo. Oviedo has had a fantastic season for Martinsburg. One of the many that you don't want up to bat for the Bulldogs. Trying to pull up his stats here. He leads the team in RBIs with 38. He has 3 home runs, which also is tied for the lead for Martinsburg. So here we go. He's got 47 hits, which also leads the team for Martinsburg. So he's the guy you want.
He nearly...
Need I say more?
He nearly had the walk-off the other night. Had Boober got a better read on that fly ball, he would have been, the game hero there with a double and a walk-off there. Boober got a bad read on it, and he ended up scoring, on the next base hit by Alter. But, here we are with Oviedo, one of Martinsburg's toughest outs. Infield's up. Bradley lets in a really tough situation. Bases are loaded. The infield's definitely coming home. The double play doesn't help you. It just sends you home, so every play has to be home.
Pitch from Let's to Oviedo. I'll let go by and just call it strike one.
Yeah, you have to take the first pitch when the new pitcher comes in. I think that's just, just see what you got, take a look, time things up there. And
outfield in as well to try to pull to. Oviedo squares the bunt. It's down the third baseline. Runner comes home to score, and the squeeze bunt works. Martinsburg walks it off in the bottom of the 7th, and they win the AAA Region 2 Section 1 championship. With the infield in, they still didn't see it coming, Tripp. Oviedo squares the bunt down the third baseline perfectly, and the Bulldogs are headed to regionals. They defeat Hedgesville again, 3-2.
Sometimes you just got to put the bunt in play. You just got to do the small things. Martinsburg didn't do the small things really well this game, but they did them well enough to get there, and they did what they could do, did the best they could, and fought through adversity, and they're going to be the Section 2 champs.
So we wait now for the celebration to pause momentarily for the Martinsburg Bulldogs. They shake hands with Hedgesville at home plate as Hedgesville's season, unfortunately for them, comes to an end tonight as they finish 18 overall. Heartbreaker for them. But for Martinsburg, it's a joyful night yet again at home, walking it off. So we'll head to a 2-minute break now. On the other side of that break, we'll have our post-game show. Again, Martinsburg 3, Hedgesville 2. This is West Virginia High School Baseball on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10.
I served 40 years protecting America, and I deployed from the Middle East to Africa. I never thought I'd see our own homeland invaded. Joe Biden opened our borders to Mexican cartels, Chinese fentanyl, and illegals from all over. We're supposed to be a superpower, and we can't stop an invasion on our own soil? Send a war fighter to Congress. I'll stand with President Trump to finish this wall and take our country back. I'm Chris Walker, and I approve this message.
Pro-abortion Tammy Hess is a lifetime woke progressive Democrat running as a Republican. She is supported by Jefferson County white supremacists, Shepherdstown liberals, and she supports the chemical castration of children. She also supports higher county property taxes and a new Green Deal. Enough is enough. Vote for the only true religious conservative Republican candidate in this race, Dr. Joseph DeSoto, paid for by the Eastern Panhandle Republican Association.
Finally, West Virginia is moving in the right direction. As your West Virginia Senate President, Craig Blair has passed the most conservative legislative agenda in the nation. He has fought for our values like banning elective abortions, protecting our Second Amendment rights, and prevented boys from playing in girls' sports. Senator Craig Blair championed the largest tax cut in the history of our state. Craig Blair, a strong conservative leader. Promises made, promises kept. This election, vote for Republican Craig Blair for State Senate. Paid for by the committee to re-elect Craig Blair.
Hi, this is Roger Hanshaw, Speaker of the West Virginia House of Delegates, encouraging everyone in Berkeley County to vote for Pam Brush for House of Delegates. Pam is dedicated to improving Berkeley County and being a voice for West Virginia's Eastern Panhandle in our state legislature. In a time with tremendous opportunity like we have today, it's important that we send leaders like Pam Brush to the House of Delegates to be the right voice for Berkeley County. Remember to vote for Pam Brush to send a strong champion for Berkeley County and House District 97 to Charleston.
Paid for by Mountaineer Majority Fund, not authorized by any candidate or candidates committee.
Welcome you back here to P.O. Faulkner Park. It's the Martinsburg Bulldogs. Walk it off in the bottom of the 7th on a squeeze play. A bunt with the bases loaded. Braden Oviedo gets the runner home. Martinsburg 3, Hedgesville 2. The final score in this one, the Martinsburg Bulldogs are crowned the AAA Region 2 Section 1 champions once again. Post-game show brought to you by the Palace Lounge on Edwin Miller Boulevard in Martinsburg with a full lunch and dinner menu and daily specials and a clean, comfortable atmosphere. Check out the menu on the Palace Lounge Facebook page. Colin McLaughlin here for Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10. Alongside me is Trip Tobin. On-site producers John Alderton. Cameraman Nick Verzolini. Back at the studio is Dylan Bishop as Martinsburg. Celebration continues. We'll hang around trying to get our post-game interviews. They just took their team photo with the plaque, so might have to wait around a little bit before we get to those post-game interviews. So because of that, and most likely because of the fact that we probably have a whole bunch of more breaks that we need to take, let's do that. Step aside, take another 2-minute break. This is West Virginia High School Playoff Baseball on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10.
Life is evolving. Over the past decade, the way we do almost everything has changed. Get on your phone, see something you like, click on it, and it shows up at your door. Why should the way you have your car serviced be any different? Why waste your time going to a dealership service department when Hagerstown Ford and Hancock Chevrolet will come to you? They service all makes, all models, and offer full parts and labor warranties. Hagerstown Ford and Hancock Chevrolet will come to your door or office and service your vehicle while you're doing what you need to be doing, conducting that business meeting or mowing the lawn. Why take time out of your busy schedule when you don't have to? Hagerstown Ford and Hancock Chevrolet's friendly, knowledgeable staff will come to you where you live or where you work for full service maintenance, from oil changes to tire rotations, brakes, batteries, multi-point inspections. They handle it all. Hagerstown Ford and Hancock Chevrolet is committed to delivering the best of the best to their customers. Trust them to service your vehicle where you're at home or at work. Skip the time-consuming and terminal wait at the dealership. Schedule your appointment at fordofhagerstown.com or HancockChevy.com.
Yeah.
When will I be able to retire? How do I make the most of the money I have? How do I leave a lasting legacy to my loved ones? I'm Philip McCoy, financial advisor with the Mirius Group, a private wealth advisory practice of Ameriprise Financial Services Incorporated. Call us today at 304-263-4343 to help you make the most of your financial future. Our office is located at 1270 Winchester Avenue, Martinsburg, West Virginia.
Ameriprise Financial Services Incorporated, member FINRA and SIPC.
Back to P.O. Faulkner Park after our 2-minute commercial break. Martinsburg's post-game conversation in huddle is concluded again. Still waiting here for our player of the game, which will definitely be Braden Oviedo getting the walk-off for Martinsburg, as well as Aaron Byler for our post-game interviews with Trip Tobin. Player of the game brought to you by WVU Medicine, Berkeley and Jefferson Medical Centers, leading healthcare here and everywhere. We'll give final numbers for Oviedo. He had a run. He had the 2 RBIs with his hit there. And on the mound in that last inning, he was able to only give up 1 hit, struck out 2, and walked 1 as Trip Tobin makes his way down the third baseline with tonight's hero for the Martinsburg Bulldogs, Braden Oviedo. So we wait for them to get in position. And Trip, whenever you're ready, go ahead.
All right, I'm here with player of the game, Braden Oviedo. Braden, let's talk about a little bit. What was the feeling? You guys are down.
We were a little quiet. We knew we would come back. We'd love it.
Gets locked up in a pitching. Elliott, you get into the ground. Deja.
Apologies, as it seems we briefly lost him, trying to get him back here.
We had a
He had to get the game tied up first, and then come up in the bottom. But tonight you come up and base hit.
Yep. Yeah. This was right for a squeeze, and I executed it perfectly.
All right. Congratulations. How the field?
Oh, it feels amazing, Trip.
All right. I'll see you. Congratulations.
So again, apologies there for kind of going in and out. We'll see if it keeps going in and out. If it does, we'll try to have them come up here maybe. Yeah, it sounds like we've kind of lost him here, so we'll try to get Aaron Byler maybe to come up to the press box so that we can just have them do the interview up here with how inconsistent that's been. So if we can just get Coach Byler to come up top for the post-game interview, bring up Oviedo as well because it wasn't perfect, and he deserves the moment in all honesty with how much he was able to do for the Bulldogs today. So again, apologies there for our audio issues with that mic. So we'll try to get him to come up and get that. So wait for those two to make their way up top here as we continue on in our Palace Lounge post-game show. I know we probably don't have much time left on our TV airing as well. I believe. No, I had it cut off to 10 because I knew it was going to be a late night, so never mind. I did a good job there and planning ahead this time for once. So, yes, thank you for the round of applause, Sean. I know just kind of continuing to stall here as best as I can while live on the air, and you never know what's going to happen when that occurs. So now you're experiencing some free radio conversation here from Colin McLaughlin. So waiting here, and then we'll get you the game summary and game stats once we get our post-game interview. I didn't want to jump right into that and have it get cut off when they got up here. So, Trip, if you still want to do it, I'll take this headset off and you can give that one to Oviedo. So, or you can put that one on and I'll give it to Oviedo. It's up to you. So, Ovi, once you get ready, unfortunately the interview that we just had with you kind of wasn't coming all the way through, but you came all the way through big time for Martinsburg here tonight, getting the walk-off. Just walk us through the situation and the emotion going on in your mind right now.
I feel amazing, dude. I mean, winning sectionals and playing, like, we won freshman year, and I was subbing, like, for infield, so it feels pretty good that I did something for the team and got the job done.
Bases loaded, nobody out there in the bottom of the seventh, and I was listening off when we came back. Everything you lead in for this team, category-wise, you're the man at the plate, it seems like, this year that nobody wants to face in that situation. And you get told the bunt in that situation. What's going through your mind there, and then when it actually worked and played out for your guys' win?
I wanted to bunt there, bases loaded. I figured there was no outs. I figured I was going to squeeze there soon. And hitting wasn't that good for me today, so I felt like that was the best situation.
And then on the mound, you're also able to hold on to the 2-2 lead. Just talk about what your mindset was out there, too, in that final inning.
Yeah, I haven't pitched in almost a month, so, I mean, I didn't really expect to go out there and, like, shove how I did there. So I'm kind of proud of myself for that.
All right, man. Any final thoughts as you guys are once again back on top as the section champions?
Let's go get the regional.
All right, there you go. Best of luck.
Thank you.
In that, in a few weeks, we'll have you swap out here with Aaron Byler now, and
I'm not sure I want to
take a deep breath, man.
I'm not sure I want to put this headset on after that.
Wipe it off. You got a hoodie.
After that hair that Ovi has. Good night.
It's not too sweaty, is it? No. It's
yikes.
a cold night, so imagine if it was, 90
rough.
degrees like a few weeks ago that had the ear sweat from Tripp followed by the sweat of Oviedo. So
yeah, real good stuff
50%
there.
50% sweat on there, but congratulations. You guys are section champions. Once again, just what's the emotion right now for you?
Yeah, I mean, that's our goal every year to be sectional champions. I think we've achieved that goal at about 60% in our tenure here, so it's good to get another one. It's not the ultimate goal, but I think as you go through the season, you have goals, right? We talk about our first goal was to, win the EPAC, and our second goal was to get the 1 seed, and our third goal was to win the sectional. So if you keep chalking off all your goals, then eventually you get to the big one you want, right? So we're happy. We're going to enjoy it for a couple days and focus on the next task at hand.
All the pressure today on you guys. Number 1 team in the state, number 1 team in this one. You have the winner's advantage, so maybe that causes for less pressure, but ultimately not really.
Yeah,
you go down 2-0 as well. To add on to that, talk about the adversity to come back.
Let's talk about Carson Buber first, especially when we went down 2-0 there. He got a little tough luck, and he just battled. He didn't have his best stuff, and he wasn't 100% comfortable. And let's remember the fact that he's only on 2 days rest. And I haven't brought Carson back on 2 days rest in 4 years. But yesterday when we were talking, I said, "How's your arm feel?" He said, "Coach, I want the ball today." So when he says you want the ball today, you give him the ball. So I think what goes unnoticed a little bit there is his effort to keep him down, only giving up 2 there and giving us a chance. You want to talk about the pressure. I think, unfortunately, our kids felt it a little bit today. Everybody's been telling them all year, kind of how good they are and saying, the stuff like, June 1st, and everybody knows what June 1st is, and I think it got to him a little bit. So, unfortunately, I think that they let that creep into their minds a little bit and played a little tight. And we're not. There's no reason to be tight. You know what I mean? There's no reason to be tight. I tell them all the time that if they just do their job, then they'll be just fine. And unfortunately, it worked out.
You guys are Region 2 Section 1 champions. You don't know who you play yet until tomorrow, but once I guess the mindset moving forward.
We'll enjoy it for a couple days and get ready for. Whoever comes out of that other section, and whoever it is. I think Washington's up 1-0, right? So, or Jefferson's up 1-0. So if it's Jefferson, we played them twice, we beat them twice, but it'll be the same scenario. It'll be the same. We're kind of expected to win, and we're going to have to handle that pressure a little bit better because I didn't think, for the last 2 nights. For a whole lot of the game, we handled it well, but fortunately we were able to do enough. And Keegan Everhart gets on base there in the 7th, and you just had a feeling. And we got a little bit break there where he got picked off, and he was able to get to second. And then, I think Ovi probably 9 out of 10 times hits the fly ball, and we probably score that run. But I figured, what the heck, we might as well see if we can just end it here. So.
All right. Any final thoughts or shout outs?
Hey,
if not,
no. Thank you guys.
We'll see you in a few weeks.
Thank you guys for being here all year. We really appreciate you.
Appreciate the time as always. Coach Aaron Byler as his team victorious 3-2 over Hedgesville to be crowned the AAA Region 2 Section 1 champions. As we now get you our game summary brought to you by the Mansion Freddie Law Firm in Martinsburg, where it's about seeking justice for you. Go to wvjusticelawyers.com for Hedgesville. It's 2 runs, 2 hits, 3 errors, 8 left on base. 2 runs came in the top of the first and the top of the second inning, respectively, for Hedgesville. In the top of the first, it was the run with 2 left stranded and no hits. In the second, it was the run on a hit and an error for Hedgesville. Martinsburg was able to make it 2-1 in the third inning for the Bulldogs, and then they tied it up in the bottom of the 6th at 2-2, walked it off in the bottom of the 7th to make it 3-2. Martinsburg, 3 runs, 5 hits, 3 errors, 9 again left on base for the Bulldogs. Game stats brought to you by Hagerstown Ford. Revolutionize the car buying experience. Visit them online at fordofhagerstown.com. Carson Buber, 6 innings, giving up 2 hits, 2 runs, none of them earned, struck out 9, and walked 2, hit 1. Oviedo gets the win on the mound for Martinsburg, going 1 inning, giving up only 1 hit, walked 1, struck out 2. So 11 total strikeouts for the Bulldogs today out on the mound. Pitching stats for Hedgesville. Elliott goes 6 innings, giving up 5 hits, 3 runs, 2 earned, struck out 3, walked 4. Carter gave up the 2 walks, and then Letts gave up the walk-off hit. So there you go. That wraps things up here from P.L. Faulkner Park for now. We'll be back here, obviously, for Game 1 of the regional championship. We'll know tomorrow who that might be against. If it's Jefferson getting the win, it'll be against Jefferson. If Washington gets the win, that'll force a winner-take-all game, and we don't know when that will be. But for us tonight, Dylan Bishop, Nick Verzolini, John Alderton, Trip Tobin, I'm Colin McLaughlin, signing off. Again, final score, Martinsburg 3, Hedgesville 2, as the Martinsburg Bulldogs are AAA Region 2 Section 1 champions. This has been West Virginia High School Playoff Baseball on Talk Radio, WRNR, and TV10. Have a great weekend.
You've been listening to West Virginia High School Baseball. Today's game broadcast has been brought to you by
Parsons Ford, Rocks, the Heffley Motor Company, the Wagner Law Firm, Farmers and Mechanics Insurance Companies, the Mirius Group of Ameriprise Financial Advisors, the Skinner Law Firm, the Browns Funeral Home and Cremations, Robert Fields and Sons, Orsini's, Carter Myers Automotive, Century 21 Modern Realty Results, the Palace Lounge, Cody's Auto Body, WVU Medicine, Berkeley and Jefferson Medical Centers, Hagerstown Ford, the Berkeley County Health Department, Smallwood and Small Insurance, Mother Shuckers, L.A. Roberts Jewelers, the Dutch Miller Auto Group, and the Mansion Freddie Law Firm.
For the continued excitement of high school, college, and Major League Baseball, keep it tuned to FM 106.5, AM 740, Comcast Cable Channel 10, and online talkradio WRNR.com. All rights reserved.